morning.
What if we just did our entire campaign as an ASMR?
We always have a second campaign.
An ASMR?
Now I'm gonna roll
An
the
ASMR.
dice. Oh look, I rolled a 10.
All right,
That's nice.
roll your damage.
That was very soothing.
Welcome
And now that
everybody.
you're all
Thank you for
calm.
coming tonight to see our show. As you can tell, I think we had a pretty good morning so far.
I want to get a waffle maker that makes mushrooms.
Just makes mushrooms. I'm making mushroom waffles.
Yeah,
In the morning, I'm making.
it's vegan. Just shove a bunch of mushrooms in there.
That's on brand for Philip since we've never seen him eat meat, so
He's eating meat.
pop off.
Easy meat.
We did
It's
prepare
a Friday fuller dinner.
I
There was a
prepare-
bunch of prosciutto. And...
I
That was
prepared
like
fish.
the first time he ate it.
Prosciutto's not a cheese. No, I
Cheese isn't vegan?
Wait. No, he prepared a fish that one time and he stuffed some dangerous herbs in it.
That's right. I remember that. Oh shit, that's right. You guys had one night like outside. It was by the river. It was when you guys were crossing from Bovacia
We were going
into
It
Grania.
was when you were going to Bearable.
I was a bear.
Bearable?
Yeah, it was when you were going to Bearable.
I thought it was when you... No, you're right. It was right. It was
By
Bearable.
the
Yeah,
way,
I
I'm
didn't-
wrong. Sorry, everyone, for that
Yeah, I didn't-
misinformation. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go. Have a
I
great
didn't-
day.
Yeah, I didn't go fishing from Bovacia to Grania. We got 3 dudes killed.
She slowly
Yeah,
makes
I
them
know.
But
all
if
Oh,
you
shoot.
want,
Oh shoot, I lost
watch
focus.
a recap or two.
How cool would it be to be able to just do that, Miles? Oh shit, I lost focus. Just and then be able to...
Listen, I have an idea for a VR game that would have that as a thing. I can't go into it right now. None of us
but
have
you
time.
will later. I would love to hear
oh, yeah.
about it.
Because one of our viewers would steal it. Is the, yeah.
We're looking at you, Raph.
We do really well in the VR developer circle.
Yeah.
What if our game
So,
is VR?
we're going to jump into it tonight. The group has just landed at Perona, capital city of Jortenia. They have placed their mansion in a more inconspicuous spot. And as they prepared, they wake in the morning fresh and ready to at least enter the city. Unless you guys have any like pressing morning affairs to attend to, some of you, like Liam, have sort of crafted over the evening period you had left some fancy new items. A couple of you have sort of communed with ROI or with nature in general to sort of embolden or empower your... They leveled up. Everybody was leveled up.
She told me to stop being afraid.
And I did it.
Mama said don't be a baby.
Mama said knock you out, though.
That doesn't make sense for this situation.
Are you guys quoting Gypsy?
No.
Okay.
What's a quote?
I thought you were quoting.
No.
Okay.
Mama said knock you out. Like what?
No.
I didn't think it was the action.
I'm doing a quote from a song. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. It's a dumb 90s song, but like that's what I'm
I wish it was a gypsy.
Yeah, now I really do. I open it to you in the morning if you have any leftover things you want to take care of. Before you leave, Yvonne did want to have a last word with you, but if you guys have anything else, open to you.
Yes.
I cast hallucinatory terrain. And make
it's,
it look like
you just
the
wanted to
nearby
look
area.
at, you wanted to like, you guys rested it near a smaller sort of crag butte. So if you guys have hallucinatory terrain, it sort of blends it in. It kind of just bubbles out and over the actual house. It's just enough as you kind of make the spell and look into it, you can tell that like it's barely covering the mansion currently, in terms of its width, but like height wise, it's just a bit above. Because what was it? Was 150 cube.
Range 300 feet, 150 feet. Yeah.
150 cube, so it's like
Yes.
all sides. But that'll last for 2 days because the duration is 24 hours, correct? Right. And then with your ring, doubles the duration. So I would say that you guys probably would start your morning at about 9. Again, it's like you guys parked it 10 miles away. So
We can get there by noon.
it's about a 3-hour walk.
Cool.
If you guys rode Flanagan or, rode on the motorcycle kind of a thing, you could get there sooner. I would say you would probably cut it down to about an hour and a half.
They're capable of going 10 miles an hour, aren't they?
No.
The motorcycle can't go 10 miles an hour?
The motorcycle can, but Flanagan can't. Stop it.
I gotta look up elk speeds.
Stop it.
I go to Yvonne.
The best part of
I literally
the
just
stream-
said an hour and a half. I just gave it to you.
No, don't worry about it. So Liam goes to Yvonne. All right, you go to Yvonne. You find her.
Set Lolly.
Sorry.
I said it, but yeah,
Please.
Liam can
Oh,
go too, I guess.
sit, Lolly. Sit, Lolly. You go to find.
Again, Yvonne is sort of like waiting for the group heading out. So like she's certainly trying to catch you guys on the way out. If nobody else has anything, she says, so I understand that you are stepping out for. I don't know how long you guys are going to be gone, and I have your sending stone, but just let me know if anything's going on. But I figured I've been to Perona before. Have any of you?
No.
All right. And so she kind of like takes out this really rough sketch. I'm sending it to you now. She kind of it's this very basic layout of Perona, and she kind of marks the districts out as well, kind of like saying where you guys might find some stuff. She has made a couple of indications of where she thinks might hold some interest. So if you guys have any questions about what those are, I can let you know as it comes up. But if you want to know them all now, I can also do that.
Yeah, they got a lot of genes.
There's one.
What? They got 2 massive Dockers stores, one on the left, or one on the west, and one on the east.
Oh my god.
So there's one place that she notes out specifically to you, which is there's that little A symbol that you can see on the map. She says that is actually sort of a place that I had frequented before when I was there. You can find some really valuable information if you need it. It's sort of a savory place, but just know that they know a lot, and they know a lot of the inner workings of Perona, and they kind of know the comings and goings of a lot of stuff. So if you have any big questions, I'd recommend either starting there or going there at least partially. If you do end up going there, just order the Felcax double, and if you order that should help.
Okay. The Makers District. What sort of things do they specialize in? Is that artificers, or is that more...
It's certainly artificers and smithies and a lot of tinkering, but also alchemists. A lot more of the tradesmen rest over in the Maker's District. Just be careful in the dockers, east or west. Not really the nicest parts of town.
Thresher's Field, is that genuinely farmland?
Yeah.
Okay.
The squares that you like, the rectangles you see at the edges of the map, those are entry points. Those are like gates into the city. She also indicates, just be careful of the dotted line. She's like, just be careful of this area. That's Parliament, and they're very touchy about entry. So just make sure you're kind of avoid that area. It will probably be hard to get into anyway. It's not really the most open place.
It's appropriately named then, I guess. I don't see any reason why we don't hit the shady information place first.
So the triangle, the circle, and the X are also bridges, by the way. Just to...
Okay. So when he said the A, oh, so the thing in Dockers West is what you were talking about.
Yes.
When he said the A, got it. Do you guys care which way we come in? Is Waxen Hill, is that like rich housing or something?
It's certainly more suburban.
Okay. Lemuel's Reprieve. So I assume those are the two residential areas.
Bigger ones, yeah, for sure. Lemuel is like upper class, whereas Waxen Hill is like middle to lower class sort of housing.
And then the Dockers are the lower class.
Yeah, for sure.
Harmony's Cradle. What is Harmony's Cradle?
That's the hierarchy circle.
That's hierarchy. Oh! Yeah, to me it read like Harmony's... Okay, got it.
Oh, sorry. I think I did say... Oh, I said circle. I did mean cradle. I even misread my own. So it's hierarchy's cradle.
Okay, excellent. And I'm assuming Militant Steppe is the military.
Yeah. There's a housing... It's where a lot more of like the fleet or the army rests. The horseshoe as well. Ibon sort of notes that that's the headquarters of the Knights of the Sapphire Heart. It's kind of their main hub.
Oh, good.
All right. If he's going on foot, we honestly might have beaten him here. Like that house made good time. Oh wait, no, because we spent 4 weeks. Yeah.
And then an additional week getting here, so 5 weeks.
Oh yeah, he's probably actually back. All right. Man. What's the exclamation point?
She says that's sort of like I'm not trying to say like an ambassador.
An embassy.
Embassy. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, it's an embassy.
Okay.
I thought the map was just excited, so it's good to know.
The star in Docker's East, is that something?
It's the actual housing of the naval command.
Got it. Okay.
And then the moon is the actual like full. She's like the fleet sort of sits and rests within the Gantaray.
Got it. Those squares are docks, not a skyline.
Yeah.
Perfect. I thought it was like a skyline with like a moon like over it. And I was like, oh, that's a cute way to...
I was adding a little touch, and I'm
It's
certain...
New York City in the distance.
Yeah.
So, with that, she's just sort of it's about as the best I can help you.
It's actually very helpful. Thank you.
We'll be back in 2 days. I have to be.
Okay. We'll see you then.
If we're not, come find us. Please.
In that huge city.
Okay. I mean, I have your stone, so if anything goes wrong, just call.
I'm just saying if like we got arrested or something.
Yeah, use your in with the police.
Artificer Wiles.
Yeah.
I would love to see Yvonne in field work. She's like slams back a potion, like gains like mole claws, and she like digs like under the jail cell and just like makes a tunnel up for us.
Okay, so I think we should go through the Maker's District to answer your question from many, many moons ago about do we have a preference of entrance.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking as well. Seems like
the most likely
suspicious place to enter from. I'm sure
And
they do a
it's
lot
the
of business in
closest.
and out of there.
And it's the closest to where we probably want to go first.
And it's also, if for some reason we need a story as to why we're there, we have an artificer with us. So.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess let's go. Unless somebody needs to do something.
Oh. Yvonne, do you, is there a particular religion of this town?
As the greater parts of Dortinia are, let me actually just double check.
Let me look into the Lorethian appendix.
Yes. It is, yeah. As its dominant religion is Bahamut, I would say that.
Alright.
You might find a few, but not many people. Even the knights are from that ilk, so they generally coincide with that.
Alright. Cool. I'm ready to go, if everybody else is.
Yeah.
Okay. The trip itself, again, isn't very long. No more than an hour and a half, but probably closer to an hour, depending on how fast you want to go.
Well, elks have a top speed of 45 miles an hour, so...
Well, it doesn't matter, though.
Oh, so I could outran Flanagan. Cool. Anyways, keep going.
So you all get there within the hour. It's about 10 o'clock as you reach the landscape of the city. The landscape of like the area around you is slightly rolling hills. A lot more, not marshy per se, but certainly wet grass. What's the wet grass? Like it's very wetlands. Thank you. Yes, exactly.
It's too bad we love marshes.
Marshes.
The walls of Perona are not very, very high. Probably no more than about 30 feet. But they do kind of expand across. And as you're riding by them, you do notice that like there are glyphs every sort of 100 feet that kind of line the outside pairing of it. And you do see, watchmen kind of patrolling the top. And as you come towards the Maker's District entrance, you don't see a heavy line. You do see guards kind of like posted, but the doors are open. The gates to the city are open, and there is a drawbridge from the gate inside to the city. So there's the river kind of snakes through and outside the city, as you can see with the Lamoston River on the map there. So it snakes outside, but it also snakes back through and kind of like around this little portion of the Maker's District. So the bridge is from the edge of the city to the wall. So it's like within the city. They don't really. The guards kind of nod to you as you enter, and they just kind of like note your passage, but they don't stop to ask you questions or anything as you kind of enter. they definitely give your they give Pangolin a once over of just sort of like, whoa. Okay.
Hang
But-
on, tips his fake hat now.
Well, is he still in motorcycle mode, or
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
just pop a wheelie,
Hey!
rev the engine?
So, the streets and the architecture of the city itself is it's soot covered in a way. It's cobblestone streets. It's damp, but there is this layer of dirt to everything. You can kind of see these smokestacks out of people's houses, and the houses themselves are more of built upwards. And most houses have 2 or 3 stories each, but their actual ground that they cover is very minimal, right? It's these sort of like railway buildings or the like. Lot of close-knit rooftops as well. Think like Victorian London, kind of an expanse, and so like the river that snakes through as well, kind of breaking up parts of the city. The way that the districts are laid out as well have these not so much barriers, but definite lines of a hierarchy. In the distance, towards the east center of town, you can see what you would imagine, what based on your map is definitely Parliament. It's this main Capitol building at the heart of the Lemaston River. There's this massive stone and brick building built ever upwards, where even from this distance the new stone is clearly laid against the old, as they kind of build upwards. It's about 10 stories tall. From this distance you can kind of gauge that. Liam is seeing like the differential between where you are and how far away it is, and it's really only just peeking above the houses next to you. If you want to learn anything more, you have to get closer, but that is where we open up. The streets are lined with people. There's carts going by. It's a busy sort of area of town. A lot of commerce. You can see a lot of people selling their wares. You can see several different kind of shops. You see mostly spatterings of them as you're making your way towards wherever you're trying to go. I'll ask that in just a second. I just mean to say, like, as you're weaving through the streets, the shops kind of change every now and then. There's an inn, there's a general store, there's a smithy, there's a chemist, and then like it, yeah. So it's usually like 2 or 3 normal spatterings of shops, and then like one really distinct. That's crazy. Okay, that's a unique thing that they have. But there's a lot of things kind of going on. You can tell from the northwestern side, what would be coming from the docks. We have a lot of carts coming in and like unloading goods, unloading linens and that kind of stuff to the various places. It's going to be hard to drive Pangolin or ride. Flanagan's going to be a little bit easier, but like the nature of the close knit cobblestone is like it's a little hard to like drive Pangolin with all the people walking around.
Yeah, I'll have him roll the side.
I'll walk him.
Yeah.
Is there anything in particular anybody would like to look for in here? Anything people are wanting to do? Want to try to do any shopping?
Not right
Just
now.
head straight
We're out
for
of
it.
mission.
Yeah. The only like argument I can think of for doing any shopping or anything now is that it's entirely likely when we leave this town it'll be in a hurry and being pursued. So we might not have time later, but I've nothing I'm looking for.
Alright. Do we just want to head for the shady place?
Yes.
Alright.
I do.
We're going to Docker's West, baby. Oh, I guess we never asked what the lightning bolt was.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we didn't. I in my head it was just like marking the area, and that's not what any of the other symbols do. So yeah, we should have asked that. Whoops.
Should we just head to that spot on the map and see what it is?
Is it on the way?
I mean, it's vaguely the direction of Docker's West.
Yeah.
Talking about-
Actually, yeah. Like that's from our entrance point. We can walk right on by that. Especially if we're avoiding hierarchy circle. Hierarchy's cradle.
Yeah.
It's hard with my monitor so far away.
No. It also is written really close knit, so it's not the easiest to read. So
It's
don't
also
worry
because
about
he put that fake information in your head in the first place, and so now like your brain wants to remember it that way.
My brain doesn't want to remember anything, Chris. Have we met?
I can't remember.
So the God, Crawford. He's such a.
I know you.
Sorry.
No, he's
I know you got it. No, it's amazing, and I love it.
It's the best.
It's my roommate's moving, so.
Oh right. He's just getting in the way.
Well, better he'll leave the door open.
The discussion, by the way, was going to the lightning bolt. That's sort of somewhat along the path of your going to the shady place that Yvonne suggested.
Yeah, because we forgot to ask what the lightning bolt was. It's the only thing we didn't get cleared up.
It's Harry Potter.
Ow.
Yeah, let's go.
What a little jerk.
We're going there?
We're
It's
gonna
along
pass
the
by
way.
On the way,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's on the way to the place where we can get information. So we want to at
We'll
least see
just
what
make an
building it
effort
is.
to look and see if we can surmise what it is on our way.
And why she thought it was important to mark it. Yeah.
But not important enough to just outright tell us without us asking.
Yeah.
So medium important? It's exactly what we're looking for.
Yeah.
It's a gun store.
It's literally just a giant.
But not a store
gun.
that sells guns, it's a store that is also a gun.
Yeah. No, it sells guns and is a gun.
It is a gun. It
You gotta-
sells
you gotta, like,
guns.
you-
And the gun that it is shoots stores.
It's
a gun store that is a store gun.
Not
You're
me-
gonna
not-
kill me.
Oh God, Crawford. So scary. So as you make your way towards Docker's West, and the bridge that's next to you, by the way, is called the Pyrex Bridge. The circle.
Pyrex?
Pyrex Bridge.
Oh, I was gonna say it's made out of like Tupperware.
You're talking the one by the place we're going to? The Circle
Yep.
Bridge?
Yep.
Okay.
So
Crawford. Sorry.
it's okay.
It's okay.
So heading that direction, you find that there's this large building, about 3 stories tall. It has this air of a very old establishment. You can see like marble and stone worked in a very illustrious fashion, and kind of written. Does anyone speak? Sorry. Who again speaks Draconic? Is it just Liam and Sitlali? It's written above the. Oh, I thought you were about to. Written above the doors are in very large runic symbols are what amounts to the Perona Museum of History.
And this is the lightning bolt?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought about taking off my
I tell the
headphones so I
other
wouldn't hear it.
that's what it says.
Okay.
I think we should maybe go there. Maybe we can figure out what's new recently. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Nameless, did
we
you make
will
a new
stop.
friend?
Do you want Panther?
I
Wait, no.
found him on the street.
You find a cute little
I
cat.
just have a cat with me now.
She followed. He's just following Nameless the entire time. Like, hey. Like, constantly. It's just the way he just sneaks his way around your arm.
It's super funny. But we're gonna move on.
Yeah. Do we want to go here before we go to Shady Place? Before we go to Sha Dynasties?
I mean, we can go to Shady Place first. I just thought that maybe we should know why we're here, but if you think Shady Place would be better.
I think both places are good. So shady places where we're most likely to get. Shady places
Shady
where we're
Place
most
might
likely
give us
to get.
context that's useful when we're looking at the museum, so I say we should go there first.
All right. Although
Okay.
maybe going to the museum would give us ideas of what to ask at the shady. We can always just go back and forth. Let's just go to the shady place.
I
Okay.
start walking to the shady place.
Okay.
We walk.
So, this entire trip of like getting into the city, walking through, and making your way past the museum, which definitely offshoots you a little bit, but not a terrible amount. And then actually getting into Dockers West, what you find is that like as you start coming over here, a lot more of the houses are sort of shambling or much less illustrious. They definitely have more of a feeling of these have been here since the beginning of this city. Wow, that is an old, dilapidated house. Like many of them are vacant, but as you make your way back towards the river and the towards the bridge, you find the spray of the river has long beat against this old bar. A flaked paint and warped wood lean against the brace of the grand work of steel that stretches across the Lamaston River. This is built underneath the bridge and right against the river. As you sort of like look into it, it's almost as if this building existed and then the bridge was placed right on top of it, more than it was placed under it. A grand sort of neon sign, possibly the cleanest portion of this building, depicts in beautiful magenta a fairy flying down and like touching the outside into the sparkle, like the shower of sparkling dust, and the name Pixie Dust appears.
Oh no. Okay.
Even at like
Oh no.
11 in the morning, this place seems lively. There's a lot of noise coming from inside. There's a lot of like glasses tinking. You can hear a bit of music coming from the inside, but it's a bit muffled.
I mean, we're going in, yeah?
Yeah, we go in, we order the thing, we see what happens.
Yeah.
Cool.
We get the information.
He was running through the plan. He wasn't. I imagine if nobody has any qualms, you enter.
Planning on. I don't see why we do anything other than go in at this point.
The inside stretches much farther than the outside world would lead you to believe. Several tables sit occupied with various levels of notoriety. Seems a place where noble and unsavory find equal home, if still sequestered to their own little cliques. There's a stage currently occupied by a dancing troupe, which is lit up. But thankfully, it's only movement-based, as the strength of voice of those around you nearly overpower any of the music being played. It's so loud, of just people just talking with each other, or laughing, or arguing. It's a very boisterous place. You see a bar kind of right next to the stage, L-shaped, right, conveniently placed right next to it.
I go to the bar.
You all approach the bar. It's various types of people, not only in terms of like you're like that's definitely people who have more money than they know what to do with, and some of the people around them are definitely eyeing them in a different way that may not be as kind. And as you approach the bar, the bartender kind of like sweats the brow and says, "How can I help you?"
We order the thing that Yvonne told us to order.
Can we
Fel-
have a full tax Fall Cox double?
Can I have a
What-
Felcac
Full-
double?
Full Cox.
What she
Okay,
said. What
because
she said.
Nameless said it correctly, and not Fullcox or
Felcax.
A Felcax double. You said it right. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I think I think
No,
only
you
Liam
said-
said it right.
no,
I went,
you said only
I
"Excuse
didn't
you."
say it.
Only you said
Everybody-
it right. No, Liam didn't even try.
Everybody else is just like stumbling over it.
It was so simple. It was one.
It's not a real word.
The bartender sort of. Oh, it's a bit early for a Felcax, but makes you one all the same. You see him. He puts like a small like whiskey glass on the table, and he puts cherry, and he mixes like 4 different drinks inside of it. It doesn't seem like it's going to be good by your standards, Liam. You're like, this is gross. He's mixing dark and light liquor. There's a moment where he takes like some
Ketchup.
ale and just like 2 dollops of it in there and sets it in front of you, Nameless.
Thank you.
He like takes a step away.
Am I supposed to drink this now, guys?
I think this is probably a wait for somebody to approach you situation.
Why don't we
Yvonne-
wait like
Yvonne?
a couple minutes, and then if not, then drink it.
We really should have asked
Maybe
for more
Set Lolly
details.
should drink it.
Oh.
Set
I
Lolly,
can
Set Lolly,
handle
Set
it.
Lolly
But-
should drink it.
Oh no, because
Why?
I-
I ordered it.
But what if it's poisoned?
And it might not
No,
be
it's
poison,
not-
but it's gonna taste like it is.
It's not. Well, it's not. So alcohol is a poison.
Wait, can
All
Set
right.
Lolly
Well,
knock it
I'm
down?
gonna take the cherry and eat the cherry because I would like that.
Damn, I was gonna say she drinks it and ties a knot, but okay, you got it.
You take the cherry out and it's got like whatever flavors have been kind of stewing in this little glass for the past like minute, and as you eat the cherry, it's a good cherry, and you kind of like get rid of the stem. Somebody from behind you, one of the waiters, kind of just like, if you'd like to direct this way, please.
Oh, let me grab my Felcax.
You grab it like
I'm
an
undercover.
18-year-old trying to be a 21-year-old. Let me grab my legal beer.
Yeah, basically.
Pinky out.
Have you guys watched that in Dark Into the Shadows or Darker Than the Shadows where he's
Oh.
like, oh, I would like a human beer, please.
Yes. So
I
good.
follow. Bless you.
The bulk of you. Okay. Also, I guess I should say Flanagan and Pangolin do have to wait outside.
No.
They take you kind of like around the bend, and you see that you keep moving further backwards, almost like a backstage area, and then you see this one chunk of wall that the waiter comes over and does this sort of, and it slides over. That's really that's funny. But,
That was
The door slid
That straight
over?
up was Puff the Magic Dragon.
oh, it was. Huh. I didn't think about that. That's great. And the way
Wait, what slid?
the portion of the wall of the stone and
Okay.
brick that make up the building.
Oh, I think Yvonne just wanted us to buy her a handbag.
Lol.
And the waiter sort of directs in as you pass
Thank
by
you.
Yeah, go
the
ahead.
door. The wall just slides back. It's a long, narrow hallway, not very well lit, as some of the lights are sort of flickering indeed. And walking down, it's maybe 2 minutes But eventually, you come to an extra door. It's like this giant steel door, and there's a there's a fawn waiting outside of it, like a satyr. Sorry, not a fawn.
Okay. Okay.
He kind of standing there. He's got like a scimitar at his side. And he's got these leathers on. So the four of you. Spellcasts, huh? I haven't really heard one of those in a while.
We
I heard it was the drink to get.
It's recommended by a friend.
Looks down at your pick, your hammers. Just kind of like looks at you, said Lolly, and Nameless. Weapons at your sides.
I mean, yeah,
Touch.
it's
No,
it's
you touch metal, you don't leave.
I do not like metal. You can have my metal.
You just. Alright. He kind of latches the door and opens it up. And you come into this very nice room with this beautiful round table, probably about like 6 feet across in its diameter. There's this beautiful burgundy and gold rug on the floor. There's a lot of curved bookshelves. It's this round room. And you see that there's kind of a curtain on one side that seems to lead further in. He sort of indicates to the table to just kind of wait there. There's no chairs, it's just standing, but there's no chairs on your side, sorry. There's no chairs on your side. There are 2 chairs sitting at the other end of the round table. About a minute goes by, and a very, like, spectacular entrance from one of them in a very subdued, just kind of almost scoffing at the person next to them entrance. You see a male fire genasi and a female water genasi enter. And he kind of brandishes himself and he kind of lets out a little like flare, and she kind of, alright. He's like, I don't know why you insist on doing that. And kind of like sits down in the chair, and he like one leg over the arm of the chair sits down. He's like, I just know that showmanship is part of it, you know. So, Felcax double. Huh? You called for the Heverot twins? What would you like?
We were told we might be able to get some information here.
Certainly depends on what kind of information you're looking for. And she kind of leans forward. We do have several comings and goings at the ship. If you're looking for items, we can, of the certain natures, we can definitely help you. We don't deal in many Crimson Dawn business, if that's what you're looking for. But we do smuggle. What services are you looking for?
We've... I need to organize my thoughts.
We've been informed that there may or may not be a item being created in the town that could potentially harm the Earth. The only thing we have to... Unfortunately, the only thing we have to go off of is that it's here.
well, it's ancient technology that's been recovered. A weapon is what we've heard.
Oh, you guys are looking for Wow. Very interesting group, then. This is a much better day, sister. I always thought this would be boring. Well, sad to say, they don't have too much information. There are certain things that are out of our reach in terms of secrets, and we like to keep it that way. It certainly keeps us from being targets. She says, yes, we have a few bouts of information we could trade for.
Honestly, even just having an idea of where we can start to look is plenty. There's definitely a bit of urgency to it.
Well, dependent on what you'd like to know, would determine both the nature of payment and the nature of how long it would take to acquire such information.
The basics, at least we need our info about what exactly the object is and potentially where it is as well.
Let's see. Percival, do you mind running back and getting... Yeah. I suppose I'll be the one to get all of it. Runs back and kind of like grabs a ledger, slams it down on the table. Now, this holds a lot of accounts of both the comings and goings of the city. Certain archaic documents. Say, some documents that were procured more than a century ago in the maledicted wastes.
Might
And
be-
these documents do detail some things, and certainly there are a few people who have come in and out of the city recently that spark our interest.
What sort of payment would you be looking for?
Yes, that is good, thank you. Well, normally it's a tit for tat sort of situation. We give information for the hiring of services. What services could you provide?
Well, there's a fair amount we could do, I suppose. I assume that you have information or have eyes on things outside of the city as well.
You'd assume correct.
Do you know much about increasing tensions between Jortenia and Alolia?
Well, there's certainly a reason that the entire Peronan fleet certainly sits in the ocean, just outside Perona.
If a war were to break out, how would it affect you?
What does that matter?
Well, if you would like to see these hostilities prevented, that is certainly something we could assist in.
Well, the tensions are not always best for business and personal speak. True, but we care nothing of the battles of the Jortenia versus Alolia as long as Perona is safe. Then what harm?
I assume you've heard about what happened in Korhal as well, yes?
Vague reaches of that information have come to us, yes. Something of an atrocity of some kind devastated the city and some plague wiped them all out, unfortunately. And it's sort of been sectioned off.
Well, we do have some more information in regards to that. It wasn't an accident. It was intentional.
Intentional. It's
And
quite
a big
plain.
part of what we're trying to do here is would hopefully prevent someone trying to do something like that in Perona.
The group that's responsible for Core Hall is looking at Perona next. If we're able to pull off this mission, it gets rid of their reason to come here.
Yeah.
Huh. Which group would this be?
I'm just kind of look at Nameless for permission, I guess.
It's the Bronze Wolves.
A fairy tale? A distant dream?
No. They're not.
Sort of the look of liars, but we have been wrong before.
If there are ways that you would like to verify that we're telling the truth, I'm certainly willing to submit.
I got it, Annabelle. So, how about this? We provide you a task. You complete said task. We will take everything you say as truth. And in so doing, provide you with whatever information is privy to us for your mission to protect us. Prove that you're here to protect us, essentially. And we would happily do this.
The one stipulation's the wrong word. We are on a time crunch. If the job you need from us would take longer than we can spend on it, then we'll just have to try and find information somewhere else.
How
Or-
much time crunch are you talking of?
A little over a week.
A little under, right?
I think because we had
yeah,
the,
you guys are on, like, if you want to count down, 6th day today
Oh, okay.
until you'd have
I
to
did
like,
math wrong.
yeah. It took because you guys had to take an extra day to rest up because you were sick.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah. You guys
A
would
little
have had.
under a week.
Well, lucky for you, the job we would have you do is here, rested in Perona.
And it's done in like a matter of hours kind of situation.
I suppose that's
Because it's a
entirely-
matter of life or death.
So is ours, but I suppose it's entirely up to your tenacity.
what would this task have anything to do with that fleet?
No.
Okay, good, because I'm not fond of water.
Well, and you still might not be entirely likened to the task.
Oh,
The
Okay.
one spell I didn't prepare.
the teach Philip to swim spell.
Probably control water.
I literally can water walk you, water breathing.
Philip in full plate mail, just running across the water.
It says, but it's not the most glorious job. It's certainly one that hasn't seen a victory yet.
What is it?
Should and she's like, yes, of course we should tell them before they have to agree. Shall we? So, There are certain positions under Perona that require us to maintain for our business. Many of our smuggling runs go through there, and the knights aren't entirely happy with our presence. We are no large threat as the Crimson Dawn, but we are certainly still a nuisance. However, recently, something's been affecting our tunnels. We have sections of the sewers under our control and under our watch. And the past few weeks, our runners have been disappearing. Now you can understand how much of in a business such as this that doesn't evoke confidence. How the loss of provisions or product is certainly not sought after.
Alright. Do you want us to go check the tunnels, try and clear them? Or do you have a specific shipment you would like us to travel with and protect?
The former. We'd like to know what's going on, and especially since only one of our runners has ever made it back alive, or at all. We definitely know there's something.
Alright.
Have you found any signs of struggles to suggest whether it's beast or...
Again, only one has made it back alive to speak on it. And through that, it's very clear that for the past week we have not been using said tunnels. Doesn't seem worth it anymore. Had to rely on much more inconvenient and much more expensive means.
Did the runner say what it saw?
Do you accept the job?
Well,
Here's my main thought. If the knights have patrols wandering the sewers, we can give you that information. But even if we took out all of the patrolling knights, which I'm not even sure we could do or would do,
Well, our
they just send
certainly-
more. They just
Our
so like.
information certainly doesn't direct us towards the knights being in the sewers.
All right.
It seems... To me, it sounds... It doesn't sound morally compromising.
Again, we have someone to talk to you who would be able to speak on a more personal affair, but we have to know that you can take the job and maintain secrecy before we allow you to know this person or speak to this person.
we can do all those things. I just don't know if we're going to, but we can do them.
It doesn't sound like it's harming innocent people, so I think...
I don't care. I just want to get that Panther back.
Yeah.
This seems like the quickest way to get information. I think we agree to this.
Yeah.
Get it out of the way and
Yeah, and based on your
People.
tenacity of coming here and the energy I'm feeling from this group, it sounds like you're very vigorous enough to get it done within the day.
Would you be able to like do your part while we do our part, so we can maybe, you know, do two things at one time?
As soon as you agree to the job, we do our work.
Okay, that wasn't clear to me.
I have no problem with it.
Yeah.
I say we do it. Does anybody have any objections? Okay. I can't ask Flanagan, so I assume we're taking it.
Wonderful! Look at a lot of you, just cute little adventurers walking around. What are you doing in Perona? It's crazy. So...
We literally just told you.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's good.
Sometimes I speak before I think. It's a habit I've been trying to break for 21 years.
I
that's
also tried to break a certain thing, and it doesn't work. So, who you will be looking for? Their name is Everim. They're outside, in the bar. You'll most likely find them sulking by themselves. Hand them this. And he like pushes a token across the table. And you should be able to get whatever information you'd like. The token itself is like this, like an alchemist symbol for fire and water. It's like a heads tails.
I bet if you go like that, it creates like a big like steam cloud for cover.
Why don't we find out? Okay.
Do that. I cast prestidigitation and create this thing.
and you see Percival place his hand on the table, and you see Annabelle place her hand on the table. Please follow.
Put my hand on the table. I take out a knife.
The outer
I thought you were just going through all the hands.
The outer rim. We're blood brothers. The outer rim of the table starts to. There's like this groove, this indent, and from their hands, these like glowing strands of gold come towards your hand, and as it passes under them, you see them sort of like be wrapped in this like gold, and as it goes under and it meets together, it sort of flashes for a second, and there is this sort of permanent gold band on your hand.
I put my
Oh man, the tattoo
It's
it's
all-
gonna
it-
kill me.
I put my gauntlet back over it.
Where does
Alright.
where does Bond? Where does Bond?
They kind of like indicate yes.
Right, let's do the thing. Huh? Thing?
Thing.
Right.
Oh, and do come back as soon as you can. We would love to know what's happening here.
Got it. All right. Let's. I guess we should ask him more. We can do that when we get to him. Let's go.
As
do
you
the thing.
as you step out of the door,
get
you
the
hear them
information.
kind of like bicker amongst themselves for a second as the door like closes and like silences it. And the satyr. Oh. Looks like you guys get to go another day.
Would we maybe have gotten killed?
We can always maybe get killed.
Fair.
I mean, you less likely than the rest of us possibly, but
You walk back down the hallway, come back into the bar, and sure enough, like as you're kind of taking a few minutes to peruse the inside, you
looking
do
for our
distinctly see
regular everyday cowboy.
you see distinctly on the second floor someone by themselves in a cloak, and like that cloak is like pulled tight, and there's just a single drink in front of them, but they have like a whole booth to themselves.
I go with her.
And as do I.
I'm the one with the coin, so I have to go.
Yeah. Are you just like regular type shady, or we show you this coin and it means something to you type shady?
Wait, is that to the person?
It's probably
Just
not
a
because
lie.
I'm not holding the coin.
I run up the
what-
thing. I run up to the second thing and just slap it on the table out of nowhere.
She just runs up the wall to the second floor.
That's what she said.
That's what I said.
All right, well, okay. Then you very decidedly, in the middle of this bar, as the rest of you are having to walk up the stairs, to catch up and slam the token on the table and startle the one in the cloak. And as the cloak kind of billows back, you do see that there's a nice portion of like this part of their face that is just bandaged, and like their hands are also bandaged, and just kind of like pulls in again.
Hi, I'm really sorry for the hasty entrance, but we are kind of on a time crunch. I heard that you were in the sewers. First, how are you feeling? 'Cause you look a little, like, tired.
I hate when people tell me that.
We're here to clear out the thing that hurt you.
Are we there?
Yeah, not much farther after. It's not a long staircase or anything.
Okay.
You guys would rush, like seeing.
Well, if we see her
like,
do that, like
yeah, you guys would obviously move a little bit quicker. So yeah, you guys come right after she says that. Gross.
Yeah, we were told you could give us info about the sewer issue.
She like immediately grabs the token and pockets it. What you want to know?
What did you see?
It's weird. Is what it was. It was a usual run. No hiccups. In the Bankswick Lane. Suddenly, I smelled something acrid. Worse and more pungent than the usual sewer smell. It stings. Choked. The air grew heavy. I was itching. Weird. And something dripped on me from above. And before I knew it, it was burning. Free of flame, but twice as hot. Barely made it out, but didn't look back. As I was running through our usual runs, an acrid smell of brew stung, permeated my lungs, and I could only make out a few things in the dark. Numerous, they're moving in tandem. I'm not going back in there.
You won't have to. So it sounds like we're dealing with creatures. They use pack tactics and some sort of corrosive gas.
Or liquid.
I hate to ask, but did it fall on your face?
What do you
The
think?
drip? Can I see it?
And she sort of like pulls the bandage back, and it's this very like red, burned, very like sore. You can tell like there's pustules and things like that. There's just areas where it was a very deep burn, but others where it's just sort of like a glancing burn. But it doesn't look like it's from fire. It looks very much like a
Seems like acid.
like an acidic burn, something like an oil or would do.
Like a Two-Face sort of situation? Or like...
Yeah, like cartoon Two-Face, not like
Yeah.
Dark Knight Two-Face.
Am I remembering correct, or do displacer beasts have corrosive attacks? Am I crazy?
Roll me a nature check,
That's not
and
my
I'll let you know.
Nature check. Oh wow, I have more to nature than I would have thought. It is intelligence, so. Are you kidding me? That's 6. Because I rolled a 1.
No, you don't know.
Am I able to
It's his own.
also?
It's his own internal thing. He's trying to figure
No,
out.
no, no. I also was gonna ask if I could roll. Is it? I don't know if it's if I'm able to do it because I'm not proficient in medicine. But like, am I able to know what kind of like if it matches like a type of animal wound or like a beast wound that I would have ever met before?
Wound of the wild. I'd say the best you can figure out is it definitely looks corrosive. Knowing what it came from would require a different thing than what you're seeing.
Okay,
I think that's the.
that's fine.
Would this count as a poison?
I'll just say you got enough people who would be able to evaluate it for you. It wouldn't be a poison. No.
Damn. Okay, I was gonna give them a dose of that ointment I have. Oh well. Okay.
Yeah, it's a burn. It's not.
Yeah, definitely sounds.
It's not like it's more in line with like dumping hot oil on someone rather than like poison ivy.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like. I mean, it seems like acid. I don't think we have anything specific to acid.
But there's nothing else.
Um,
I'll be taking with me.
where, if you could give us a rough idea of how to get there, that would be.
Just out of Bankswell Lane. It's my usual run this way. So.
Okay.
She gets up. Oh.
Did you have anything like protecting your face? Like, I doubt you had like armor, but like maybe a hat or something that also got injured.
She like holds up her cloak and you can see it like burned and like it's got like knots and hollow holes from wherever this was, like draped on the face.
Did you leave? What were you transporting?
Why does that matter?
Maybe they want what you're transporting. I was just curious.
Well, I'm not supposed to talk about that.
They gave you the token, though.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to talk about that.
They told us that you'd give us any information with the token.
I don't have to tell you about my job. I can give you any information that you want to know about this. But that job is also. She like holds up her hand, and you see the similar gold band.
Yeah. Well, I think we know what to prepare for at least. We just need to make sure we're ready for the sorts of things that she went through. Thank you for your information. Hopefully, after today, this won't be a threat. Okay.
She gets up and leaves the booth.
Yeah. I think we might want to look for something that'll. If we can find something quickly that will help us breathe in that situation without having our lungs affected, I think that would be helpful.
I'm sorry, maybe I wasn't focusing because I have focus issues. It sounded to me like it was not a gas. Like they said they had something drip on their face. Like it was a liquid or
There's
plasma.
there
That's what I also gathered.
there was like a liquid acid attack associated with. They also kept saying that like they kept like there's like this acrid stench and everything, and it was getting in their lungs.
Okay.
Oh, I just assumed that was more because.
They were saying that
like sensing.
that just to clarify, they said that happened before they were dripped on, and after they were dripped on, they had like this really intense acrid smell that was choking them.
Okay. Okay, okay.
Yeah. It sounds like
Okay.
we're dealing with creatures, for sure. If they're in groups, we're gonna want to be able to hit them as a group.
I don't have anything currently built or ready to deal with nauseous gases or acid in particular, and I don't really have the time to whip something up for us.
We could stop by the maker's area, see if maybe we can find some sort of breathing apparatus that we could pick up.
Based on our map, how far away is this entrance to the sewers? Like, what part of town is it in?
Banksworth Lane is out here in Dockers West.
Right.
And Banksworth Lane actually gets right on the border of Dockers West and Hierarchy's Crate.
Oh, fun. Right, they're smuggling, so that tracks. On the one hand, we want to do this as quick as possible. On the other hand, we will... Waiting for nightfall to go into the sewers will probably make it easier, specifically with it being near a high-risk area.
Can I go? How are there a lot of people where we are? Like
Yeah,
in the
there's
area
a
that
lot
we're
of
in?
people. Like, there's a lot of people inside this bar.
Okay, stupid question then. How secret are sending stones? I genuinely don't know. Like, if I have a sending stone, is that like
it's,
normal?
Again, what we found out in what we went through with Harrow is it's between the two, right? Like it's
No, but like it's not like a special like, oh, she has a sending stone.
it's not like gonna like light up the room or something. It can be
But if
subtle.
someone saw it,
You'd be
Did this
talking to
person
a
I guess
Still
I'm
the
trying.
booth?
Yeah, the
Are
person
they
left the
still-
booth.
We could have you go in the booth and we cover
Again,
it.
if they look at you, you just look like you're talking into a rock.
Sending stones aren't like this, like big, like oh shit, oh god.
That's what I'm trying to ask. That
Not
was
at
what I was
all.
trying to ask.
No,
Okay. All right.
I would say that you would even understand that it's a fairly simple magic item in terms of like the scale of the world. Like,
Cool. I want to call Yvonne.
you don't have to rhyme with this one, so you're good.
I know. Yvonne, you have a library. Can you help us?
Oh, sure. Yeah, just give me a moment and I can get over there.
Just let me know when you're there. I can't see you.
That's a good idea. She might know about these creatures.
You could also just tell me what you want to know, and then I can.
Oh yeah, I then describe the creatures and what happened and blah 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 blah.
Okay.
So if you could let me know what that is, or maybe what you think it is, and maybe what we should do to like I don't know, kill it and or not die from it,
Preferably both.
or maybe
We
both.
killed it, but died in the process.
About 30 minutes go by.
We're walking to the
Yeah, during-
the whatever we decided we go.
During that time, can we walk to the Maker's District and see if there's anybody who's selling masks
Sure.
or breathing
Oh.
apparati?
Give me an investigation check as a group.
Alright.
You try to find a shop that sells masks or breathing apparati. Is that Lolly?
17.
Philip?
4?
Nameless?
19.
Jeez Louise. 7. We're only
So the
very
lady-
Well, you're
Find
our
it.
intelligence boy.
Let's go shopping. Gender norms.
So while Nameless is on the sending stone, she's like, guys,
It's also it's an iPhone with maps on.
Yo, those masks are fetch.
Well, also, Miles, by the way, last session, you were fucking
Yeah.
killing it. So, like,
Yeah.
exactly when you needed to. So, yeah, I'd say it probably would, and, I mean, it takes a bit to get to Maker's District anyway. You guys would have to spend about an hour doing a search anyway. and it kind of comes up inconclusive. You find some masks that look like theatrical masks, and you find like a couple that are like a plague doctor's mask, but nothing to the extent of like what you would know Liam at, or even maybe Setlali, of like actually helping particulates be blocked. Like the nature of what you're looking for,
They
you
don't.
find it.
They don't just have a tool specifically meant for our exact circumstances.
I mean, alright, so I don't know if refining our search would actually be useful if we've been looking for an hour. I'm thinking like we're in a pre to early industrial revolution here, so there is a lot of shit in the air, considering the streets are covered with soot. So like if we looked specifically for like outfitters for like an outfitter for like factory workers, would we find anything more useful to us?
Give me another investigation check.
Okay.
Just you though. Well, I guess I could do another group one if you guys like have a mention of it together to try to find it.
I don't think you want me involved.
16.
16.
Better.
So before that happens, Yvonne reaches back out through the stone. She says, by the nature of the wounds and the location of what you're talking about, if it was in the sewers, it would certainly the nature of which what you're talking about, the closest I could come to a potential example of something that would be able to survive down there and stay hidden would be in some form of oozes or slimes or jellies.
We love oozes and slimes and jellies. We have a great track record with them.
The corrosive nature of which the person has been hurt, and the narrow passageways of Perona's sewers would certainly indicate those things. I don't know where it's come from. It's certainly, they don't generally just come out of nowhere. Even in an urban setting, it's much less likely to happen. Oozes and the like, they come from arcanic sort of residue. So if there was any sort of arcanic residue in the nature of the city, that might be why it's there, but other than that, I don't know.
Could be a side effect of this ancient technology.
Do you have a recommendation of how we can't die? And or how we kill?
I would have to do a bit more research. Because no.
Perhaps, would you be able to ask Setlali, what is the smart one?
Webster?
Could you ask Webster to help you, too? And we need to do it quickly.
I can do my best. Yeah, I can do what I can.
Okay. Thank you.
It's like sending a thumbs up text. It's just like.
But she actually puts like the vomiting one instead. Sorry, typo.
Both vomit. The mood. The mood
So-
of it all.
Perhaps you guys didn't hear, but I'll tell you it all. Bing.
Whoa.
So,
Could be some sort of variation on gelatinous cubes. I don't know that Liam would know that though, so I didn't say it in my Liam voice.
Give me a. Well, gelatinous cube is an ooze.
Yeah, jellies are a kind of ooze.
Yeah.
All those things are the same. So I'd say yeah. You would. It's not far fetched enough to like not have knowledge of it. Knowing like weaknesses or how to kill it or whatever, that would be an actual role. But like knowing a legend or lore about that kind of stuff is like light enough that I'm cool.
They go great on toast. I mean, should we just... Oh, I guess, did he find the the factory workers mask supply store.
I mean, his roll was a 16, so I was just going to say it's still going to take another hour. Like, you're talking about having to walk through the streets and looking for things, taking time to stop at each shop, and taking time to be like, no, even cursory glances or whatever, even asking for some directions of, like, can I find this stuff? People will direct you in certain directions. So if you have anything else to talk about, go for it. I would just say that, like, by the end of the hour, you come to a shop that definitely has things that are more geared towards what you're talking about in terms of, like, mining or factory work. So at the shop they would have stuff, but they say that, like, yeah, these masks are helpful, but they really are just about, like, light particles. Not light particles, but, like, light light stuff. Like, it wouldn't, if you were to be fully immersed in a toxic gas, it probably wouldn't work. But light enough, like, yeah, it could potentially keep it away for about an hour.
Cool.
Like the filter would be able to, like, actually, like, kick it out for a good amount of time. But, like, once it, because the factories that they work in are relatively clean, but, like, it's a much different toxic particle. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so, like, having any protection, it might be a good idea. The only issue being, like, the warning sign of these things seems to be these particles. So, like, part of it is, like, would we just be... It's deciding if, like, the particles are going to do more damage to us, or if they're going to be a better warning. And we wouldn't have that if we prevented them, you know?
Well, so they hang out on the ceilings according to how this thing goes. If we keep our eye on the ceiling, probably be okay.
It's fair.
And maybe
Y'all
we'd
can
still
see
get
in the
the,
dark,
maybe, and
right?
maybe we'd
'Cause I
still get
can't.
this. Maybe we'd still get the smell. Oh yeah, I have dark vision.
He said the line.
I have
Sorry.
dark vision.
I know. I prompted that one, but you know, memes.
Yeah, you're the only one that doesn't. Which is a shame because you're also. Well, no, I guess you can be melee, but doesn't particularly matter. Do you think it's worth it to get these masks, or should we just go?
How much are they?
I'd reason that for the filter, you'd have to pay a silver, and for the mask itself, it's gold.
I mean, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Most of these things are issued to the companies that have the people use them.
Yeah.
So it's like they don't, you know.
It's nice they don't only accept, like, company script or something.
Yeah.
I'm willing to pay for that.
Isn't it fun when we get to talk about industry?
Yeah. What if we take these
Oh,
masks and we? What if we
my
take these masks from here? We go to.
company's
What if we take these masks instead and we sell them there at a markup?
They don't have use for them, but yeah,
Alright.
we get them. We do that.
All right, you
Are
guys
you
can
each
put-
buying our own, or does someone need me to cover them? I have money.
I bought my own.
All right, I'll buy one then.
gold and
Two.
silver.
Cool. All right.
And that's one filter each.
Yeah. That's good for
You
an
said
hour.
a gold and a silver for each,
Yeah.
like, not
Like
total.
per
but
person.
each.
Per person.
Okay.
Cool.
Do we want to grab an extra round of filters?
Yeah, I'll grab a second filter.
I was actually going to suggest that, yeah.
Cool.
And that's
Okay.
the silver, right? The filter's the silver?
Yeah.
Filter is the
That's
silver.
what I
So it'd be a gold and 2 silver to have.
Excellent. Cool.
Cool.
Shall we head to the Underdeep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's mosey.
We mosey.
Let's Mosby.
What's up? What's up, Nameless?
I feel like we should maybe look at potions.
I did get a bunch of potions before we went to Angmar, and we ended up not using them. But
I
we
don't
could
think
get more.
healing. I was thinking more like maybe there's something.
There probably is an apothecary around here.
Nullify acidity potions. That's
You
an
can-
acid. We need we get baking soda.
Yeah,
No.
she said there were alchemists here, so we should be able to get some.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you definitely passed a few, even on your original walkthrough.
Do we have any potions of acid resistance? Or any potions that will give us an air bubble around our face?
For what?
Gillyweed.
So that we
Gillyweed.
don't, yeah, so that we don't breathe the
After you
gas
just
air.
buy the masks, you're like, oh yeah, I guess we could have just done that.
I know
I mean, the
there's a
masks
spe-
are
there's a-
probably cheaper than
there's a
magic
spell that-
air bubble potion, but
Yeah,
There's a spell that does that, isn't there?
I don't know.
yeah, I think I could have prepared it, but I didn't know we were gonna do acid stuff.
You
Like,
didn't-
how
you
would
didn't
I
prepare
guess
the
it?
air bubble. Nameless
If you
didn't give me
want
water
to go to
wall.
the alchemist, if you want to go get potions, what would be the ones you would look for?
Acid
Acid re-
resistance.
Acid resistance.
Something that will assist with Constitution saving throws, because I'm pretty sure that's what the gas would do.
That seems reasonable.
What status effect would that be? If it's choking us, would that be... Probably not paralyzed. He said it wasn't poisoned. I can also remove status effects, though, so that's something.
I was thinking something more along the lines of, yeah, I mean, I guess I was trying to think of something more along the lines of, something A that could give, Liam dark vision, but B also something that maybe could, like, I don't know how, like a canary, a yellow canary sort of situation.
Oh,
where,
okay,
like,
okay.
as soon as it becomes, like, it's contact to something acidic or something that, or, like
Like pH
warning.
paper.
yeah, some, like,
Carry
literally,
pH
like,
paper with us.
We could just not put the mask on until we start noticing the gas.
I thought that was, the thing was gonna choke us. But, is that something that's possible?
Yeah, that's
So-
possible.
I can do True Sight for an hour because I do have the True Sight ring
That's fair.
that y'all got for me, which is very kind of you.
That's better than dark vision.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Don't you have to be attuned to it?
I am.
Yeah.
Oh, you are. Okay.
Yeah.
Even though he hasn't used it since,
Just making sure.
you haven't used it since we
yeah.
gave the Crimson Dawn
I'm
back.
attuned to my Cloak of Protection now, my Air's Outside, my True Sight Lodestone Ring, and my Ring of Mental Acuity are my four.
Look at that ring.
Sorry, but the shadow on my hand looked weird to me. Sorry.
It's all good.
All right.
I would say, yeah, at the at the apothecary, you would be able to find, and for the sake of brevity, I don't have like a cool potion shop.
That's fine.
Marked up. Sorry, but fairly general store in terms of appearance, and the potion maker seems to like their business and is also like very rudimentary.
Wholesome. Jumbo juice.
Sure.
All right.
Jumbo juice. You would be able to find some resistance potions of the nature you're asking for. They would be 150 gold per use.
I do not have that much money.
I do not either.
I can.
130.
We do have the Bank of Sestead if we can use our
I pull out our group credit
ATM
card.
card. Yeah.
Charge it.
Charge it to Barlow. Charge it to Barlow Vidigod. He's good for it.
What I'd say is, you could use the Bank of Sestead, but that's going to cost you like 3 hours.
Ugh.
Because you have to go back,
There's processing fees.
get to the bank, get the money, come back, get here, and then pay for it. And that's being generous.
Does
I
the
can actually-
apothecary have like a cheaper, greater value version of
No.
his?
That is the cheaper,
Off-brand?
greater value.
If you buy it in bulk.
The Aldi of.
Okay, so here's the thing. I
Walgreens brand.
I can give it to one person.
I mean, if we don't think it's really necessary, it was just an idea.
All I'm saying is I can slap it on one person. I have a spell that'll let me protect somebody from acid for an hour. But it's concentration. I can only put it on one person for that, and then I'm doing that for the hour. I can't do other concentration spells. But
Just need to know, you guys. Just need a choice.
I don't have that much money, and I think I'd rather.
Again, all it would cost you is some time. It would cost you like 3.5 hours to go get some
My
more
father
money.
is currently imprisoned, so I'd like to go.
Let's go do the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
In terms of like the pH paper, they'd probably have something in an apothecary. Have some sort of like. I don't think it stretches the imagination to assume that they have some sort of like measuring device of
Like chlorine sticks.
yeah that you could get. They would probably let you know that it may not work the best, and it probably would take a little bit of time for it to like actually collect and let you know, but like it'd still work in the end. So game terms, you'd probably spend a bit more time in it than you would know distinctly. Like
At that point, we could just not wear the
15
masks.
like 15 minutes. Like
Yeah, but at that point, we could just like not wear the mask and put it back on. So
sure. Like that's all I mean. Is it?
Yeah.
You guys ready to dive into the sewers?
Yeah.
I was sure you were about to say, you guys ready to die?
Dive into the sewers?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's save a panther. This is step 1 of probably 7.
why?
The four of you. So again, you're probably the manhole size itself. Like as you come over to Banksworth Lane, and it's these like cross sections, like these double lane roads, and there's a couple of offshoots into these alleyways that you get kind of directed towards when you were. You know, I would say that they would have still let you know where the entrance was to the sewer that they usually take. It's behind this building, kind of like around the corner, and they've made their own kind of little extra manhole cover and then it's covered it up with a bunch of little boards, and it looks like a ramshackle kind of little shed. And by the size of it, it's a little hard to get Pangolin at their current size in there.
There's no way I'm getting
And
Flanagan in there.
Leave him here?
Sure. No. Because don't forget, like, by your alterations, you could take a short rest, right? Like, you could take an hour and refit him to be a medium-sized creature. You wouldn't...
We've spent so much time already. Are you comfortable leaving Flanagan out here?
I mean, I'm gonna have to. That or I use a spell slot to, like, bring him here. But I could also do that at any moment if we need to. Then I have to use another one to get him out of the sewers.
Yeah, getting back over to this spot after having to go back to the Maker's District, you guys are looking at, it's about 2 p.m. All entailed with all of the shopping, all of the other things, all of the like backtracking and all the ways you guys went, the discussions.
Hey, Miles. Is Pangolin... Does he have resistance to acid?
That's a great question.
He has resistance to a lot of things. If acid's on the list, we should definitely make sure we bring him.
Yeah. No. Damage, immunity, and poison. And charmed and exhaustion. But
Okay.
No resistances.
no. Just damage and conditional immunities. Damage, immunity, poison, conditional, charmed, exhaustion, poison.
Okay.
I could send him back to the house. We could ask Yvonne to send him back here when we're done.
I guess
it's a fairly
it's up to- it's up-
obscure alleyway.
it's up to Nameless. Like, if we like, are you okay with taking an hour to be able to take Pangolin with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still waiting for Yvonne to answer. Maybe she'll have some words of wisdom.
Bitch.
Okay. Lol. Okay, yeah. I don't know that I have my like sheet list of all of the modifications.
It's on the Lorethian appendix. Remember, it's on the and
You can also talk about what, like,
yeah. I was about to say we are about to go to break, so
Okay.
Cool.
this is
So yeah, we'll take an hour and do that thing, and
Mhm.
yeah.
And when we come back, we didn't have a giveaway today,
we did not.
so we don't have to worry about nothing. You don't have to see a weird commercial. Just enjoy our good break. A good commercial, a weird but good commercial.
Exemplar.
Cool. How was it?
Yeah, you see, that's what you did for all of the stuff prior. You've always done it that way, and for whatever reason, today you're thinking that like the information is different and I'm wrong when that's not the case. Hello, everybody, and
Roll-
welcome back to
Roll
the
tape
show.
and post.
Fight.
I
just-
cannot wait
we're
to totally
about to.
prove thee wrong.
Like you use all of your clipping power just to do those, like just the intros.
Are we?
Here's a
Can't wait.
montage of our countdown.
So did you guys just like sit there and watch me tinker for an hour, or?
Yeah, probably.
We probably talked strategy.
I guess I'm putting some of the extra parts that would have made his mask just like in the saddle.
Yeah. You
I
definitely
mean,
have
some
to
of it
settle
I'm
everything.
repurposing into. You guys see Pangolin looking like a pangolin again with its little nervous hands.
He has
but it also
downgraded
does
from
have a
large-
big gun.
The gun would actually probably be structured in some way internally. It would have to expel the energy. I don't want to actually change it. If it's a big gun, it's a big gun. I don't want to tell you what's
It's
what.
always a big gun.
It's always
a
you
big
know.
It's a big gun.
He got smaller, but gained like a huge gun.
I used some of the parts that were making his mask. Some of his propulsion systems. I took out the propulsion systems that allowed him to have double speed as a bike and turned them into a force cannon.
He also reduced his size so that he could actually fit within, and that gave him some extra abilities as well.
Yeah.
I love our alterations, man. It's fun.
Me too. I just realized there's the I can put infusions on him, and I always forget about that one because I haven't really had enough points to play with it. And I'm like, oh,
Give the deja vu.
that'll have an effect. That'll affect what infusions I learn in the future. I thought about giving him the deja boots, but I went with evasion instead because it's more useful to this particular situation.
Yeah.
It's definitely, it's a nice perk.
I just love the idea of like Pangolin like using the deja boots to like teleport behind someone. Nothing personal, kid.
Oh boy. Okay. Oh, I wish I could show you some of these. I'll show it to you at the end. It's gonna be fun. I think you'll enjoy them, Miles. I'm trying a new thing, and I can't wait to talk to you about it.
Emphatically radical.
Radical.
Emphatically.
Emphatical Rex.
You, as you kind of get towards the end of your tinkering and replating them, and then put all the stuff back into Flanagan's hole, you. Is that not what the saddle's called?
No, it's what it's called.
No, 100%.
You open up the shack, and yeah, there's a nice kind of there's a square manhole cover that's sort of easier to grip, to like lift up, but it's still as heavy as any other cover you would probably find. It seems less ingrained, like how the other ones in the cobblestone streets are like part of the actual street structure. This one seems fresh. Like it hasn't been sitting there and had to be fixed over tons of years. It's definitely something that like has been placed within, by your count, Liam, of like the stonework, probably a year and a half, 2 years.
Okay.
So recent enough.
I take my war pick and I use it to pry open the manhole cover.
You succeed.
I just didn't want to do it regular. How's the smell as the manhole cover comes off?
I mean, the smell of the city in general is, well, especially this part of the city, is not like the best. You're dealing with a lot of like garbage on the side of the streets and rubbish, but also opening this up is not pleasant to smell.
Okay.
Nothing accurate, however. Nothing to the extent of what the what she was talking about. Whatever.
Okay. So, age before beauty, and I start climbing down the. Start climbing
Does
down.
Philip
the
think he's the oldest?
I think he is the oldest. How old are you, Liam?
20-something. I feel like I'm 40 at this point.
That's fair.
I've been through, but
They call you the boy hero, so I assume you were like 19 or 20.
that was
A few years
Before.
passed. Yeah.
Oh, you're no longer a boy?
no
Nameless?
longer a hero. No.
Nameless, Set Lolly? How old are you guys?
It's rude to
How,
ask.
how, how much time has passed between when we first met and now?
Maybe like half a year.
Oh. I mean, I don't know when my birthday is specifically, but I should only be 21.
What did you write in the... Okay. Nameless. This is really important. I'm older than Set Lolly for sure. Liam is just up in the air.
Liam's really close to your age. You guys are actually really, really close, I'd say.
Okay, doesn't matter. The point is, he's saying that y'all are pretty and look young as he climbs down into the sewers.
I certainly wasn't trying to. make a big
Philip
deal
just
out of it.
assumes because he's the tallest, he's probably the oldest.
He measures it like a tree.
He just cuts off his hand and looks at the rings inside.
Weird when I became older than my father when I was 5.
I'm the oldest member of my family.
So
My grandma died so young.
So
I'm 252 moon passes.
20, apparently.
was it that long?
Okay.
I thought it was much younger than that from the last time we talked. But okay,
So I am the oldest.
That's what. Did I not do math correctly?
I'm sure you did.
How many-
I just thought
No, I probably
we've
didn't.
talked about it before.
How many moon
That's
passes are in a year?
12.
Is Nameless secretly like 13?
fine.
Like,
So
She
she's-
means like new moons.
So she's
you know,
like 24, 25.
No.
Well, if there's 12 new moons.
Then I didn't do the math
Wait,
correctly.
wait. We'll discuss this later because
Yeah.
this is interesting. I gotta know. I mean, you have the
And the
concept
viewers
of a
do too.
year. Like, I don't. I think it's.
Why
super
can't you just
funny.
tell me the years?
I love it.
Check
No,
out
I
our
don't want her-
OnlyFans after the show where we discuss how old Nameless really is.
I don't
In-
want.
Although,
her-
although, although after this encounter with the jellies, it's more like an OnlyFans.
hey!
Okay. Before we go in, I'm gonna turn to Nameless. I was vaguely paying attention. Did Yvonne, get back to you? I was kind of watching Liam tinker with Pangolin.
Philip calls out from in the sewer. Oh yeah, it'd be nice if we knew what Yvonne had to say.
Maybe if you hadn't. I am waiting still patiently.
For an
I
answer.
hoped that she would have responded, and Webster maybe would have helped.
It's been a while. She's kind of slacking off.
It's been a while.
Since I asked.
I'll go down
For
to...
info.
Okay, you'll go down.
Can Penguin climb a ladder?
Yvonne.
Yes, sorry. There was just like a really big distraction that happened here. we had to take care of it.
Are the wolves okay?
Not but with the wolves, no. So they're
Okay.
fine.
Oh, is the dragon and or Haru okay?
Gold coin is fine. Haru is within your room,
Oh, yeah,
patiently.
gold coin. Okay. I forgot. I haven't seen gold coin in a while.
Like a day?
Yeah, but that day was
6
like
hours?
I went through a traumatic experience.
And then you took a week to walk over here. Like, I don't know. It's not that far.
Gold coin is learning. I don't know. Anyways, did you figure out what we're doing?
How much money in the
How-
world is it
how-
cost?
How do we? What are the weaknesses or immunities or stuff like that of the oozes?
Well, it's taken us a bit of time to find any books even closely related to the subject matter. Not a lot of designations here of weaknesses or what am I trying to say? Weaknesses or do's or don'ts in the sort of hearsay that I've even experienced with them is that just know that they also they're capable of splitting themselves. So when you're fighting just one of them, be aware that at any moment they could be two of them.
Is there a way to stop that?
Kill it.
Okay.
I hate the difference between DM brain
Do
and
you-
player brain.
Do you think that we can put him in a jar?
I think that's possible, but there are many of them, especially the one that was listed. It burns through stone. Not stone. It burns through wood. It burns through flesh, bone. I don't know if it has the potential to burn through
Does it-
glass.
Burn through metal?
Yes.
Man, I just got this.
Even copper?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that was my plan.
That one very specific.
I was gonna hit him with a copper
I looked
candlestick.
it up, yeah. Okay.
I mean, there's a
Well,
reason Liam has a copper.
I was hoping, yeah, that's genuinely, yeah, okay. Okay. Set Lolly, do you have any questions?
I've really only heard your side of the,
Right. I'm asking,
Conversation.
do you have any questions that I should ask that you didn't hear me ask?
I don't think so.
Okay.
We'll,
Are the babies
wait.
okay?
there are many of them, so yes.
Cool. Your
Wait,
children
wait.
are okay.
what happened at the mansion?
I didn't ask.
She didn't ask, so.
I only
We
care
didn't-
about the wolves. and Haru and Gold Coin.
They say, Yvonne says,
What
I
about the foxes?
will do what I can to see if I can find anything more, but it takes a long time for us to be able to search through all of the books here. Even with Webster's fantastic organization, it's less about not knowing where we might find it, or it's more about if we might find it.
Do you, off the top of your head, know any animals that are resistant to acid?
I would think that you would have a better knowledge base than I about that.
I just thought I'd ask, maybe. Okay, goodbye. Can I roll to see if I know any animals that are...
Yeah, you can roll me a nature check. Jesus.
was worth it. I don't roll very well lately. How does a 21 do ya?
A.
You've heard tale of a naked mole rat being resistant.
You jerk. Alright, cool. I become a giant naked mole rat.
A giant? You can't do that.
Well,
Dire
big
naked mole
enough to
rat.
go
that's
through
not how
the
that's
hole.
not how the that's not how the spells work or the abilities work. Sorry.
I will then polymorph myself to become bigger.
That's not how polymorph works either.
There is
I-
I'll
Not
put the
prepare
naked
a
mole
larger
rat in
reduce.
my pocket.
There is a spell.
cast in biggin.
I know I don't have it.
I didn't prepare it.
Is it in biggin or
Enlarge or
large?
reduce.
Enlarge. It's enlarge or reduce.
In biggin.
I love enlarge or reduce on a naked mole rat to just make it so stupid.
Alright, let's go.
Rufus.
Oh, can we
Wait,
finally
are you
go?
actually turning into a naked mole rat or no?
No.
Okay. Because I was gonna say I'll put you in my pocket or something, but I'll just go down to the.
Guys, are you coming?
I'm already there.
And Pangolin.
After that,
3-point
I
landing,
go and I
but
put
it's awkward because
the
the
cover
arms.
Wait, what?
over. As I go down, I put the manhole cover back on.
Give me a strength check.
Oh, you didn't make him do it.
I used a
didn't-
tool.
I also don't have to ask Philip. I'm kidding. Don't actually do it. You can...
No. 10.
Takes about a minute.
You die. You
It takes
died.
about a minute, and
So
you're like-
weird.
I was a strong. I was a.
and
was
then
a
it
str-
finally works.
I was a strong man using a lever, which is one of the most powerful of the simple machines.
Is the gender necessary?
Strong human. Oh wait.
I
not
mean,
a
no,
human.
Strong person.
Thank you.
but
So we walk.
we walk.
I put on my mask.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I guess actually I'll keep the mask off at the beginning to be the canary. And then. Yeah, I want to keep my eye on the ceilings as we're going through. Can I see the ceilings?
I don't really like the mouth breather beginning that sentence had.
How high up are the ceilings?
The ceilings themselves are about 15 feet.
Okay, so I can see those.
I guess I'll use magic tinkering to make a small light source for myself. Is it dark? I should check.
It's dark for sure. It doesn't have a lot of light sources. There are a few peaks out in the like grates that you would find in the streets.
Wait, how long does? Okay.
The ladder that you take down again is very, very new versus a lot of the rest of the stonework and any of the metal that you see that's very rusted over or corroded a bit. The stonework itself is very grimy. There's a lot of things. The pathways here are about 10 feet wide, and the actual sluiceway itself is 15. So it's like a 15-foot sluiceway and then 10-foot landings on the other side. Cross just a little bit down is a bridge that crosses a gap currently. It's a dead end at this spot. You do see, like, right next to you there are iron bars, like a grate off to your left. The direction that Everem would have given you would have been across that bridge, though. Like, more, not through the grates or anything, just like towards that direction. You're essentially heading southeast.
I have an idea. I could become a medium giant wolf spider and go on the ceiling, and I could release a web so that if it comes up from behind, we would know.
Huh.
Unless we feel like we don't think it can do that.
Oh, probably can. That's a good idea. Just will we need that ability later? I mean, well, you never know. I really like that
I
plan.
can do it multiple times a day.
Yeah, I really like that because being able to sense anything coming up behind us in the ceiling would be nice.
I mean, I guess because we're gonna keep going, right?
Mhm.
So like, I don't know. I guess that's my only thing is like we leave the web and then it could come from anywhere. Oh, I guess you just mean to know that we're not going the wrong direction. I guess.
Well, no, I just like I start now, and then we go down the hole, and on the ceiling there's a web line, and if it touches the web line, I know where it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Just basically it keeps us from being snuck up
Works
on
for
from
me.
behind. Wow.
One question to you, Nameless. How big is that creature?
It's a medium beast.
Okay. Second thing to tell you, you would not be able to utilize the mask then.
Yeah. No, yes, I'm aware.
Okay.
It's not one size fits all creatures.
Do we want to do that?
I like it.
I
would
think there's
probably
no
want to stay a little bit behind because perhaps you've noticed this wouldn't probably fit a spider face. There's no ears.
I mean, there's no reason not to. There's no reason not to do it.
Yep.
Okay. There's no way a large beast can fit in there, right?
A large beast could fit on top of the ceiling. It would basically take up a good chunk of the ceiling.
Lit. Then I become a spider king.
What?
What is a
I
spider
don't know.
king?
It's an option. A wild beast.
Is it a CR less than what you can wild shape into?
Yeah, it's 1.
There you go. You can do it. Then.
Is it like a rat king? Are you a bundle of spiders attached?
There's no picture, unfortunately. It just says a giant spider spins elaborate webs.
Okay.
All right. Nameless has wild shaped into this like 10-foot wide and just giant monstrous spider with all its little hairy legs and everything.
I know this is a good plan, but I hate it.
Yeah, good thing. Good thing we're all immune to fear while you're within 10 feet of me now.
But I'm gonna I'm gonna stay with like the back end of the 10 feet of him, so that I still get the Constitution thingy, or however far it has to be. But then I'm gonna start like my web.
I mean, if I wanted to be a jerk about it, I'd say you're 15 feet to the ceiling, so you technically don't. But I'm not. I'm not gonna be a jerk about it. You're a large type creature.
Well, how tall?
So she probably hangs down enough to be.
Yeah,
That's what I was
just
thinking,
Don't want to
but-
care about it. I just don't want to.
Because I'm like 6 feet tall, so if it's coming.
Yes,
out,
I understand.
Love spider me.
Spider me.
Come through,
Whoa.
Spider Queen.
So, I would say if you're going to be making a web at the same time as moving, you guys are probably only going to be able to move at like a half pace.
Well, she making
Sure,
the
we're
web
trying
the
to
whole
be
time.
alert anyway.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, we don't need to make full speed.
Cool.
I just want to.
I'm not even trying to make a big deal out of it. I'm just trying to say, like, you guys probably can't move super fast. What's the speed on the spider?
30 feet climb, 30 feet forward.
Yeah. So
Just 30
it's like you
Yeah,
guys are moving.
I was trying to see if there was something about that, and there wasn't. So
I'm just trying to make it. It's more of a special rule. Like if you're doing a thing of like making web and then moving at the same time, it's probably more.
sorry, I
concentrated.
just saw I have 2 heads. I definitely can't wear a mask.
Frightening visage of a 2-headed spider.
That's terrifying and gives me anxiety. Oh no!
Remove-
But I do get advantage on wisdom checks. Cool.
It's a very wise. That's why it's a king, you know?
we
It's
move.
wise.
Which head are we supposed to look into when we talk to her?
I'm not gonna look at any of them.
Yeah. I think you bow.
I think you're supposed to just look at the ground. Move forward cautiously, keeping my eye on the ceiling.
Well, you see a giant 2-headed spider.
But forward, away, ahead of that. Ahead of that.
Just.
The biggest, toothiest grin too. Like,
you look forward and
He's
you're
got, like, 60
concentrating on that, and I will note that for the future. As you move forward, can set Lolly and Liam? Can you give me a perception check?
Oh, God,
Wow.
would I love to do that?
Unfortunately,
Just kidding. No, I would not like to do that.
Can I give
I
a
saw
ceiling perception
so
check?
little. I got
Natural
a 5.
20.
19, but it's
Oh.
with my +4, it's 23.
+4.
Yeah,
Yes.
perception. I have +4 in perception. I don't know.
Ah, got it.
I think you took it as a
Wisdom. It's wisdom, and I'm proficient. So yeah.
Okay. I thought you meant like after wisdom proficiency, you were like adding like a +4 bonus, and I was like, what?
No. He
Okay.
doesn't have a wisdom bonus. As I recall. Do you?
No, yeah, it's just my proficiency bonus.
Okay.
I guess. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Cool.
Currently, just because of the focus at the moment, Nameless, you are. I'm not giving you this to you. Oh, and you said you created a light source, correct? As you pass over, there's these. You pass over this bridge to the other side and kind of continue along this again the southeasterly direction that that Never Ever gave to you. You turn this corner. You kind of instinctively just sort of like reach out to Philip and set Lolly to like pause, as on the ground you are able to sort of discern the difference between what is stone and the grime and this extra residue on the ground.
I point that out. No. No.
Bad Philip. Bad.
Yeah, actually, that PH paper might have been good in regards to finding out what this is. That's fine. There's some sort of residue outside of the usual stuff. We seem to be getting close
That means we're
to
probably
the
on the,
area.
means we're probably
I
on
mean,
the
this
right
might
track.
not be acidic. This might be like the digested remains of the other runners. So that's
It doesn't seem
Still gross
very
and morbid.
large in quantity either. It's sort of like a slime. It's like what you would like a slug trail. So you notice that, and it slightly angles towards the wall, and then you kind of lose track of it.
right. There's some sort of trail here. We might be getting close.
And
we don't know.
at the ceiling level, Nameless, as it's pointed out to you, there's nothing on the ceiling like that you can notice, like even just from that trail that he kind of points out. Nothing stands out. Nothing. It just sort of loses a trail at a certain point. There's a very clear stopping point. It just.
I've got 1 hour of true sight, and I'm waiting for the right time to pop it. Do you guys think now's the time, or should I hold off for a bit?
I think we should wait until we make contact.
Confirmed? Okay. I think you're right. Alright. Onwards and upwards for that one. Though if anyone else wants to fly, I did prepare levitate.
Oh, I miss flying.
I might straight up be able to infuse like belt of flying at this point at level 10. So
There are shoes that let you fly for like 4 hours a day,
Boots of levitation.
something like that. Yeah.
You move forward. The ever-present sort of just listening for the sounds. All you can, generally the sounds down here are much less. You can definitely hear some of the upper street, like, travel, or like if a big cart comes back over you, certainly rings out through the sewer tunnel. Kind of differing noise levels as the water not rushes past, but certainly calmly kind of makes its way the same direction you're headed.
Okay.
I feel like all we can.
I guess I'll just look out for
I feel like all we can do is.
things.
Yeah.
onward and alert.
Yeah, I'm checking the ceilings.
So, 5-10 minutes minutes kind of pass as you are patrolling these back alley tunnels. You start to hear a really large, like, ringing, humming noise. Like it's faint at the moment, but you can tell that it is loud in general. But you're hearing this consistent humming, ringing.
Coming from the way that we're going.
Mm-hmm. Nameless, you haven't felt a single touch on the web.
Is there more of the residue, like, on the ground? We've been seeing more of it as we go.
Give me a perception check. Or rather, give me an investigation check, actually.
Ugh.
Because you're trying to find it. You're
Hey,
trying to discern
18.
it between that and the stone around it.
18.
Proud of you.
18.
Because I rolled a 19.
As you've paid more of your attention towards the ceiling, you kind of like start to hear the noise, and then take more of a look around the walls and the floor. Don't see anything. No.
Okay, well, I guess we just keep going.
Can I do really quickly a loop-de-loop situazione?
What does that mean?
Like, crawl in a circle so that my web goes, like, around it. I don't know why. My fear is that the slime, the residue is, like, gonna become a thing. So I just want to make sure if it, like, crosses the floor.
Okay. So you put it on the floor where you guys are set, the stationed at the moment, and are able to kind of like put it across parts of the other side and then come back to the ceiling.
Good looking out.
You hear the faint drips of slight water dripping
I feel like we
coming
just...
from the ceiling and landing on the sluiceway.
Do we just keep going?
Do you smell anything particularly extra active?
Oh, sorry, you don't have your
Canary
mask
boy?
on.
Yes.
Right. Can you make a Constitution saving throw for me?
I knew it!
As well as you, Nameless?
17.
Sorry, my D&D Beyond just formatted weird.
All good.
Yeah, mine's been doing that a lot today.
It's like it'll all of a sudden like super zoom in and I lose everything. King, Spider King.
It's got good, Oh, I guess, yeah.
You said what,
Con.
Constitution?
Yes.
You have
19.
Cool.
Rock and roll.
There's definite moments as you kind of are passing through these next parts that feel heavier. You're starting to recognize a very specific smell. It's not like bleach, but it's definitely like this sickening, clean, but very, very heavy, corrosive smell.
It's an ammonia monster. Okay, I'm gonna...
It's not
Okay,
hurting you just yet, but like it's definitely stinging and burning.
We're getting...
The sensation. It's overpowering the disgusting smell that was happening in the sewers prior to this.
We're getting close. And I'm gonna put the mask on.
Alright.
You can't do
This-
My
it.
16 eyes try and get an idea if I should become not a spider anymore. Do I get any sense of that?
I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
Like, are anyone looking at me trying to be like, why aren't you... Is anyone doing that? No one... That's my question for people.
I think...
Oh, yeah, I was gonna suggest that.
Okay.
Okay. Then at that, I will then crawl down and become nameless me and put my mask on.
Okay.
All right.
What I would say is, as you guys kind of start to pay a little bit more attention and start to, keep your pace, there's another reaching from the cracks, another bout of that ichor, that sort of like trail coming back from the walls down to the floor, leading forward and to the right.
Can I vibe real quick?
You can vibe, and Chelsea?
I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna wait till the vibe check, then I'll ask. Because I want to ask her what's the idea.
It's charisma and proficiency, yeah, for me.
Yep.
27.
Okay.
I'm wanting to feel if, first off, like the arcane nature, try to get a sense of whether or not this might be sentient, this ichor, and if not, if I can get like a hold of like the trail of this ichor, basically, if it has like an arcane signature, if I can.
It certainly has that arcane signature that you're trying to find. There is something about it. It's long dead in terms of like strength, but very, very faint. You definitely rolled high enough to pick up on the faint textures of like the residue. And it's something that as you sort of start to as you start to pick up the hints of this, you're kind of following the trail, and it's not like highlighted at all, but it definitely trails into where you've already been seeing it move in general. Nameless.
Would you guys mind if I produced flame on and tried to touch the slime?
With the flame or with your hand?
The flame.
I think that's fine. If it turns out to be flammable, that'll be very useful later.
I'm gonna get my shield ready in case this has like an explosive reaction.
So I'm gonna step back a little bit, and then I'm gonna just like onto the once. If you all could please get clear of that.
Sure.
They follow your direction.
Yes.
Stand clear of the spot.
I throw fire on it.
Just hits the stone.
Okay.
Did nothing to the.
Is it?
Should I ask beforehand, is ammonia flammable?
Oh yeah, no, that's probably a problem.
Just
That's why I asked.
like the whole tunnel lights up.
So they're not flammable then.
Okay. I've got a trace of it, so I think I should be able to feel them before they come if I can hold on to this. And alright, let's go. Just
Let's go.
keep following the trail.
Okay. The trail starts to take you towards the whirring and the humming and the. It's starting to, over a bit of time, it doesn't get much louder, but as you turn a corner and like 60 feet in front of you, you can start to see a bit of an opening. You see like some sort of like cistern type room, and you see these 4 giant like whirring machines. They have like almost turbine-esque material, but it's encased in glass, and it seems like from the sound you're seeing, you can't tell what's happening necessarily, but it looks like there's like water within the glass and inside the turbine as well. Again, from the distance you're sitting right now, it's hard to make out completely, but there are a few lights in that room, very dim light, like green sort of little markers on the sides of the things, so you can see it moves forward, has a square platform, and then moves forward again, but then it has these stairways off to the side.
Does this look like modern or ancient technology?
It's from this distance. It's hard to tell. You'd have to get closer. You also notice from the vibe and just sort of like paying attention and being able to like the amount of that sort of trail is much heavier heading towards this room.
I think that's going to be our destination.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm sorry, the room like past or like the room with the
room with the turbines and stuff.
Okay.
You know, like the things that like are churning. It's headed towards that at least. From your perspective, that's about as much as you can make out.
Not even a year ago, this sort of discovery would excite me, but I've kind of been turned off on giant underground machinery, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna walk forward, keeping an eye out, feeling for any kind of movement through the vibe. Like,
Sure.
Where the vibe?
You're at 30 feet. And at about 20, you see how wide the room is. You see that there's a 10-foot platform leading forward to like the square platform at the center of this room has it has a few devices, kind of like a few panels spread out around it, but there is a floor grate in the center of it, about a 10-foot by 10-foot square, and the bridges between where you would start and then where that center platform is about 40 feet. And 40 feet on the other side. And you see these staircases leading up to doorways on the sides of it, in between two of these big giant turbines. And you can see as you get closer, it's churning the water. All of the sewer water is coming into this place and is being fed into these turbines. And the water within this like cistern is much cleaner than out there.
I hate water filtration systems. I understand they're useful, but past trauma. Two thoughts occur to me. First being, this might be the process the residue of which creates the slime monsters. Second thing, either like the Wonder Twins didn't know this existed. They knew it existed and didn't know it had anything to do with it, or they knew it existed, knew it had something to do with it, and didn't tell us.
either way, I don't know that it matters at this exact moment.
The thing is, if the slimes are a byproduct of the system of cleaning the water, then we can kill them all, but presumably they'll start coming back again. Unless there's something we can do to fix or refine the process here magically, or destroy their water purification system.
I think the first thing we have to do is just make sure that we clear out whatever slimes are here, and then we can move forward.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think we move forward. Anybody got anything else they want to do? Okay.
Are we checking any of the side rooms or just walking straight through?
I'm just following the trail. Like, whatever's making the trail stronger, I'm just going to keep following.
Alright.
You step out on the bridge. Philip, go ahead and make me a perception check as you make your way across.
It's a natural 20. I'm using it. I'm getting a natural 20 now. I got my 19 and my 20. 2 critical hits I
As
could
you
have
get
had.
towards the end of the bridge, I'd say like 10 feet from actually being on the platform proper, you kind of have been continuing to look up. You see a weird shadow. Shouldn't exist. Shouldn't be moving the way it is, and it just drops from this huge liquid morphing form, drops from the ceiling in front of you, about 10 feet from you, as you see it.
It's 10 feet in front of me.
I'm gonna go ahead and use True Sight.
It is like, it's this big monstrous amorphous form that has dropped from the ceiling, and you were able to like detect it was going to happen, and sort of waited, and as it like made its drop.
How large is this thing?
Large. It's a large size.
So one size possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We will be starting initiative.
And combat has been initiated. Welcome
Whoa.
to our new... What? What is this?
Whoa.
Is that a battle cam with a cam link?
I guess, yeah, we have to say that they... Yeah, it is.
Well, great. Glad we do
The
this.
phrase "battle cam girl" just popped into my head, and I can't get it out. So
Yo,
now it's in all
Battle
your
cam
heads.
girl is really good.
It takes my phone too long to roll stuff, so I'm gonna tell it to roll initiative now.
If only they
Do
would,
it
like,
now.
make physical versions
I
of
definitely
dice.
forgot to do that.
Yes.
Now I'm rolling now.
Same.
Please, all
I know.
as the only representation I have for this is this guy. Oh, sorry, it's 10 feet.
You didn't make any Jeblo?
Yeah, it's on
It's
camera.
documented.
It's...
Like-
Oh, it is on camera!
It is. It looks great. You crushed it.
I wasted another 20! I mean, I guess initiative is fine, but, like... That's 3 criticals I could have had. I've never gotten to actually, like... I've never gotten a 19 with this pick. And I want to. Oh, man, he's, like, blocking the entrance. That's
Murder him. Bean, so if I went first, I could have used one of my moves to knock him back. I'm not going first.
Are you sure?
But this is a pretty good roll. I mean, he rolled a 20, so I'm positive.
That's
I rolled a 14.
Hold on. Sorry.
Also,
Yeah, I
something
rolled
like
a
it's like
14 too.
You're also 14?
Twins.
I rolled a 14.
Oh,
You have more dex than
I
he
get-
does, though. Yeah.
I get plus 0.
So, like,
Wait,
it's
I
like,
rolled a
Oh.
14.
Did you really?
yeah, but she gets
Yeah.
she gets like a plus 27 to initiative, though.
Cool.
Okay, so Philip, what was your initiative?
20.
Liam?
14.
Nameless?
17.
Set Lolly?
Also 17.
Oh, I guess I also get plus 27 to my initiative as well.
Yeah, that the math checks out.
Oh, I thought he
so
was talking about you to begin
Nameless and
with.
Set Lolly, when it's your turn, you can decide to go at the same time, or you can choose which one. goes
Nameless
first.
can go first.
Does Pangoro need initiative, or does he go on?
Pangolin? Pangolin goes on Liam's turn.
No,
Cool.
he goes on my turn because I didn't give him the run by himself ability. 'cause I
He
wanted.
no longer is able to have free will. So.
Oh.
I stripped it from him when he's no longer a motorcycle. I thought evasion would be better for this.
That's fair.
Simple.
Oh, right, it's not time yet.
Yeah, they have to roll. Ugh.
Man, okay, I'm going first. Alright.
It's one of my better
Unless
initiative.
they,
Are
uh,
you still last?
I don't know. I can't imagine these cubes have, like... I can't imagine these cubes have, like, an actual bonus to their dexterity.
Yeah, you go first.
Okay. Alright. Okay, cool. I get to do this. I'm excited. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to use my channel divinity, and I'm gonna rush forward and close the gap to this slime. And as I do that, these spectral blue antlers with like green veins running through them are gonna like kind of eject from both sides of my shield 5 feet and just kind of like block off this walkway. And Channel Divinity is action, yeah?
As I understand it, yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna do that, and then for bonus action, let me check. This is a bonus action. Oh, it's an action. For bonus action, I am then going to. You know what? I'll do a shield attack.
You'll do a shield attack?
Yeah, as I step in with these antlers, and then or maybe a shove. No, I probably can't shove it. Okay, no, I'm actually
Just
going
need a choice.
to. Yeah.
One
All
of
right.
the two.
I'm gonna shield of faith on myself.
Shield of faith.
Yeah, shield
On
of faith, and yeah. So pop out the shield of faith, step in, and just like block off this walkway.
Okay. Well, next up is its turn.
Of course. So it rolled like an 18.
It rolled a 19.
Nice.
It just kind of does this big and tries to like envelop whatever shield you're doing. But as the shield pushes out, we said 10 feet?
5 feet both directions.
5 feet both directions. As it stretches out that, it's trying to wrap around it, and it's not quite able to do so. But I think that this is weird because, like, yeah, because the shield protects you from.
It's an anti-life shield.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Anti-life means living things can't pass through it.
Right.
Yeah. I was explaining to Liam because he's like,
Oh, okay.
What does that mean?
Like,
Like anything that touches it dies.
for this turn, it can't break through whatever's currently positioned in front of it, and it's sort of like you can hear the smell is starting to like permeate the filters, not aggressively so, but you are definitely starting to feel its presence as this sort of black tar, sort of giant ooze. And next up is Nameless and Setlali.
So,
You.
Yeah.
I feel like you should go first. I feel like you have the more things that can be assisting.
I guess. I mean, I can try. So I'll just do. Where am I positioned on the, like, which one's me? Oh, perfect. Okay. So then, as long as I'm not going to hit Philip, I'll just do 2 Radiant Sunbolts as my action.
You are able
And
to do
then-
that, yes.
Yeah. So that's a 24 for the first one,
Okay.
and a 15 for the second one.
They both hit.
Yay. 10. 20 because I got a 6 of 6 and then plus 4. So
10 and 10.
yeah. Yeah. So 20 points of damage.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna do it again. Yay! That's my bonus action.
Are you gonna martial arts or flurry of blows?
Well, do I really want to touch it?
You don't have to touch it with flurry of blows. You're also
Then-
currently 15 feet away from it anyway, so you're radiant sunbolts. That's why you were able to do that.
Yeah. But I do have to move if I flurry of blows because it's 5 feet. Reach, right?
No, remember we've
Oh.
we've ruled that if your radiant sunbolts can take place of your regular melee attacks, then it works for flurry of blows as well.
Then yes, flurry of blows. And for that, I got a yikes, a 10,
Okay.
and another 15.
Sorry, I was just making sure about something. Both hit.
Damn.
Whiz.
So 9, 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage. Very nice. As each round of these sort of radiant sunbolts kind of like strike the form, it kind of just kind of keeps seeming to chunk it away a little bit. Nameless?
It is still like full, like it's one.
Oh yeah.
Okay. That's not what I thought was gonna happen. Okay.
You thought it was gonna split up?
I did, and so, so then what I would like to do is I will cast, I guess I'll do Entangle.
Okay. Where are you dropping Entangle?
I will be dropping it. It is a 20-foot cube.
Okay.
So I guess on it, but like so that it gets it. Like that's the end of it. Like doesn't get filled up.
Oh, no more worms. I'm kidding. I'm an idiot.
That's one long worm. It's an Ouroboros worm.
Worm sign. We've got worm sign, the likes of which God has never seen. Anyone else excited for Dune? Timothy Chalamet? Chalamet?
Shamalat. Yeah, Shamalat.
Shamalet?
He's not the most exciting part of that movie, but sure.
No. I don't know. I don't know his
So you
work.
have to do a strength saving throw, otherwise you are restrained. And then everyone else, it's just difficult terrain.
Okay. As you see the entangle spell wrap the vines and these sort of like mossy entanglements from the sort of the moisture of the room try to wrap around, you see its form just come right out of it as it tries to grapple it and restrain it. Seems like it's not.
But it doesn't split up still.
No.
It's still interesting.
Good, because I was worried about that one actually.
No, I was hoping it would, because I feel like it'll be easier to defeat if it's multiple little ones than one big one.
She has a point.
I don't like it getting more rounds of attacking us.
I guess, but they're tiny, so you can just squish them easier.
Just step on them.
It worked in Core Hall.
Those weren't jellies.
Next
What
up
were the
is
things, the
Liam.
oozy things?
Oh, unless wait, sorry, you only used your action. Would you like to do any bonus action?
No.
Okay. Do you want to move at all?
I guess
You're
I
back
end
here-
the spell.
You're back
oh,
here
is that,
at
a,
the
is
at
that
the
a bonus
end.
action?
No, entangle is definitely an action.
No.
But,
Oh, to end
To
the
end
spell?
the spell.
I would basically just be dropping it. It would just be like I dropped concentration on it.
Yeah, that's like at will kind of thing.
I do that then.
Okay.
'Cause I don't
You
want
cast
them to be able to
and
not
then
be able
drop
to move
it.
I was hoping it would entangle
Mhm.
it into smaller pieces, y'all. Sorry.
Dang it,
It
sorry.
still was
I
cool.
need to move the whole map.
That's...
It's gonna be so nice when we get the Razorbind Tangle.
Yeah,
It's perfect.
it's great for all those effects.
It's perfect for it because it's exactly 20. So it's a appropriately sized entangle. What would you like to do, Mr. Liam?
Alright, so I need to clarify something, because I have something I really want to try, and I've always wanted to try, but I don't know if I'll actually be able to. Generally speaking, whenever you come across a creature, like when you come across art of a gelatinous type creature, there's often like stuff floating inside, in particular like old weapons and such. Is there anything
my
like that in
God.
this jelly?
Oh my god.
Hard to make out. It is like a void black just giant sort of like, it's less like a cube.
Does true sight help?
It's not. It's not like It's not translucent. Is my point. You do see stuff inside of it, but it's very like minor glimpses at the inside. So, are you trying to heat metal within it?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I'd say by the nature of the spell, you do have an inkling of. Like, if you cast it and nothing happens, you'd know there's no metal inside. But you could... I'd say... Does it say you have to have line of sight? Like, does it say you have to see the
It
metal?
says that, yeah, you have to be able to see it.
Then, unfortunately, no. I'd say it's moving... It's shifting around, and so it's like, it's not like, visible, if there is any.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna...
Just throw a candlestick into it and heat that up.
That's the thing. I just like wanted it from the inside. I'm gonna throw my hammers. I'm gonna use my 2 attacks and my bonus action to dual wield, and I'm gonna throw my hammers and shoot him with a gun.
Okay.
Are the bullets metal?
Actually, right now, I'm not sure that they are because I have my repeating shot infusion on it.
Okay.
So it's magical force energy.
Yeah.
Just heat up the gun and throw it into the...
I could heat up my hammer, but that would take an action. So I'd have to heat it up this round, throw it next round. So yeah, I'm just gonna do the hammer throw, gunshot. Which one do I throw? It's Tinker's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. On my first Tinker attack as well, I'm going to use Arcane Jolt to add 2d6 force damage.
Arcane Jolt at 2d6 force damage. You got it.
Yeah. Okay, so let's throw that thing. 23.
Definitely hits.
And that's 11 bludgeoning, and I'll tell you how much force in a second.
Okay.
4 force damage.
So 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
15, yeah, so 15 damage on that first hit. Then I'm going to throw it again.
Okay.
27.
Hits. Sorry, I thought it was the damage. I was like...
Yeah, and then 7 bludgeoning.
Okay. Some good first strikes against it with the hammer.
And then I'm going to shoot him with my gun. Oh, critical.
Nice!
Yeah.
This is the greatest gunshot of all time.
So, max damage, and then you roll again and add it to the...
Okay, so that's 1d8 plus 5 is 13 plus
1d8.
2. So 15. 15 piercing. Or not piercing, because it's the magical.
Yeah, it's force damage.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Nice combo attacks as the hammer... Like, each time it comes back, you see a little bit of just, like a sizzle on each time the hammer has been used and come back. You kind of see there's no actual corrosive damage on it, but there's something happening to it every time it hits it.
I don't love that.
And right after you throw it, and nameless after you've like sort of dropped this other thing, from like underneath, you see right behind you.
That's behind us?
Yes.
Okay.
A second one has appeared. Sorry. Just scooted up a little bit. for now. And its first move will definitely be... Doesn't get to move much more than that. It had to come from pretty far away. Yeah. It's only just able to get up to Nameless.
Great.
Oh boy.
Well, there are more of them now.
Yeah, they're all the giant things, and I can't do anything to fight them, so I am effed, as the British would say.
You don't got any attack spells?
I literally only have things because I like when we were in the woods area, I thought it was gonna be the same kind of area as like what Liam's town was, so I thought it was the same kind of spells. So I have those prepared.
Huh.
Not anything to do in sewer waters.
Okay.
As it, like, you just have this like preternatural sense of something's behind me, and you are able to very nimbly dodge out of the way, and it looks like it's overextended itself, and like part of its form just like falls over the side a little bit, and as it comes back up, you see it hit the water, and as it comes back up, you see part of its form just start to smoke on the side as it like touches the water and then comes back out. It seems to like very reactively like come all the way back as well. Back to the top of the order with Philip. You are focused and forward.
Yeah. I probably don't see everything else happening.
No, nothing behind you. Well, you hear stuff behind you. It's like you can maybe take a quick glance and you know that there's a thing back here, but you just you're focused forward. The channel divinity, I believe we said lasts for.
I think we said a minute.
Yeah.
That's how long the other stuff is. Yeah. So.
But like it's a minute if you concentrate on it.
Yeah. Man, there's so little that I can do. Okay. So if I do a concentration spell, it drops?
No. I just mean like you'd have to you have to hold it up to be able to do it, and I think we talked about like you have like half movement during it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like it's that thing where like you have to focus with this, and you can't like really attack, but you can do spells and stuff like that. You can your concentration isn't only on that.
Okay, then here we go. At third level, I'm going to drop Moonbeam directly on this thing.
You got it.
Just right in the heart of it.
You drop the moonbeam.
So,
I have an idea.
Is it is it a 10-foot?
10-foot radius. So it's basically the entire size of the creature.
Yeah, I'll just keep it there for now.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Drop that. Constitution saving throw, DC 16. They might actually be fairly good at
16?
16.
It does fail.
Excellent. So because I did it at third level, it's 3d10. 9, 4, 13, 1. That's 14.
14 points of damage. First off. As it sort of starts to bubble and boil all of its parts.
Yeah. So yeah, I just drop that, and then I just keep holding the line.
Sure.
Yeah.
Next up is Nameless and Sitlolly. Who would like to go first?
I can go.
I don't have anything. I'm still trying to figure it out.
I can go first. Do I notice the thing that showed up behind?
Yeah, for sure. You would have heard it, and there's definitely a presence behind you. So
Okay.
currently, right now, in your way is Pangolin.
Okay. So then I'll do the first two, because I'm just going to do the same thing. I'll do the first two to the guy in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll do
No.
the other 2.
Not you.
Shoot.
That's the
Shoot.
I know. I was waiting for him
Yeah, go ahead.
Best part, there's nothing on camera.
to. And then I'll figure out what I'm gonna do if I'm able to get it over Pangolin
Okay.
in the second.
How deep is the water?
Fairly deep. These like turbines go about 30 feet down and like turn the water, but from your positioning, it's only about 5 feet down. So like from your platform, 5 feet down, you start to touch water.
Okay.
Jackie, your attacks.
12 and 14.
They both hit for this one.
Okay, so 8, 14 points of damage. And then I guess for my bonus action, is there a way to like sidestep Pangolin so that I can?
No, you guys are on a 10-foot platform, so like you cannot. There's no space over here for you to step.
Got it. I jump into
You can
the
move
air.
through an ally. You can move through an
Oh
ally
yeah,
space.
I can.
You can
Yes,
move
I
through an
can.
ally. You can move through an ally space, but that will put you directly in front of it. You can't share the same space, so you'd have to be right next to it.
And then I'm too close to do it, right?
You're too close to do your sunbolts. You'd have to do regular attacks. So you can move this way, but that just means you're right there.
Yeah, I'll do it, and then I'll try to do unarmed strike. It's probably gonna
Okay.
hurt, but I'm gonna try it.
I just realized didn't take the user's turn.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's supposed to go after me.
Oh.
I was kind of confused when you said it was my turn. I was like, wait.
Yeah, I got a little overexcited.
That was the best guess.
So I got a 9 and a 14.
The 9 does not hit, but the 14 does.
5 points of damage.
Okay. I am going to take the ooze's turn now. Bitch. It didn't get to go. But it actually was. Oh. It's going to. It has an amorphous form, so it's able to slip under and move this direction.
Opportunity attack? Question mark.
It's technically not leaving anybody's threatened squares.
But it did enter threatened squares, yeah?
But that doesn't. You can enter someone's
It
threatened
doesn't-
squares and doesn't
Right, that makes sense.
There are
You
abilities
guys-
that let you do that, but none of us have them.
as it slid under and around your shield. But that basically is all of its movement, and it only gets one of these then. As it tries to like do another attack against you, Philip, to try to like, it just you're so focused on it that you're able to like track its movement, and you're kind of, it's not that you moved the shield with you, but you kind of saw exactly what it was trying to do, and you're able to kind of move out of its area of like trying to grab you or trying to strike at you. So now it's Nameless's turn.
So it, how much did it miss by? What did it roll?
Rolled a 12. Oh, sorry. Rolled a 12, but it only missed you. Rolled a 17.
Okay.
Nameless. And Moonbeam is technically in this one. Just to... After Nameless, it'll be Liam.
What size are these?
They are large.
Okay. Okay, I have another very weird question.
Okay.
Let's say I conjure some crocodiles, right? And they splash them with the water. Do they get any damage, or is it just like nothing? Or like sorry, not splash them. They like swipe at them with their claws and stuff. Does that get water damage at all from that?
You can certainly attempt. See what it gets you.
But and then if they splash, is that considered an action?
I'd consider a splash an action, sure.
It's attacking the water. How far down is the water?
5 feet.
Okay.
The water is 5 feet. I thought from us.
Yeah.
But the not depth. Oh, okay. But the water is deeper
Yes.
than 5 feet. Oh, okay. Confused. Okay. Well,
I'm just imagining
guess-
this, like, summoning 2 crocodiles that just, like, sit there and belly roll.
I feel like dolphins be better at splashing.
that's what I'm trying to figure out if I want to do that or I'm trying to. The thing is, the way that the conjure thing doesn't work correctly, so I have to like add them onto my wild shape to then get their actual stuff. But I can't find dolphins, so I don't know how to do
You might
that.
have dolphins in the rule book.
Summon a whale below us.
No, because I did it before, so that's what confuses me. Oh, there it is! I found it! Okay, well done.
Just, what do you want to do?
No, I'm gonna go for, I am gonna go, sorry, I just need to see conjure animals. 1/8 is, okay, I'm gonna conjure 8 dolphins in the water.
Okay.
And then I am going to, that's it. I mean, that's my action, I guess. I guess I can try and jump into the water.
Where am I
Right
placing
in
these
the
8
space.
dolphins?
4 on each side, within a 10-foot radius, 10 foot of them. Like 2 on each. Yeah. And you know what? F it. I'm gonna try and go into the water myself too. Not as I can't wild shape or anything, but I'm just thinking.
You're just gonna go into the water? Okay.
Yeah, it's probably a great idea, but.
Go into the water. You cast the spell as 8 dolphin. I don't know what the plural. I think it's just dolphins.
It's a pod.
Delphi.
Delphi. Well, it depends on if it's Latin or if there actually is a. I can't remember exactly what it is, but there's the specifics. We learned it in Dwarven Forge.
Yeah.
The 8 of them pop up, and you jump in the water. Is the spell concentration?
Yeah?
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah?
Good to know. Alright. As you hit the water, can you make a swim check for me? Just an athletics check?
Sure.
And, do one for each
19?
side here. Yeah, they're proficient enough. You're able to tread water, or if you want to tread, like, I don't know exactly what your direction you're trying to head.
I'm gonna eventually become wild shape. I just can't so I want to become an animal, like a water animal. I just can't because I've already used the spell.
Right.
So So I just
There's a
sitting
moment
there
as you
waiting.
enter the water, though, that you start to feel being pulled this direction. You start to feel like the water, as these turbines are turning, everything is starting to
Great.
pull in towards those areas, and you kind of hear from the dolphins around, "Oh wow, this is really weird. I gotta swim a little extra harder to stay in the same
You're gonna
spot."
get Augustus Gloop.
Like the dolphins just have a constant stream of consciousness about like whatever they're thinking at the moment.
Well, they're smart. They're smart
Yeah.
enough, dolphins. So yeah, that's your turn.
I don't know. Yeah.
After Nameless is Liam.
I'm gonna cast Levitate on that guy.
Which guy? The front or back?
The back.
Back. Okey-doke.
Wait. Yeah. Back.
Okey-doke.
Alright, so he's raised 20 feet in the air.
Wait, there's a
Oh,
saving,
Constitution
right?
saving
Okay.
throw. Yeah.
19.
Dang it.
So the form, as you try to warp the spell around it, it just sort of like shakes and shimmers off of it, and just resists the spell. Unfortunately.
Fine, then I'm gonna use my bonus action to make Pangolin shoot him twice.
All right. Make your attacks, my friend.
Go to extras, go to Steel Befember. Oh, I can't attack directly from this page? Why? Alright, so I have to look up and remember what it is. It's 1d8 plus 2 damage, and it has plus 4 to hit. Okay. So, to hit... 13...
Plus 4.
And... Yeah. No, 13's total.
13 total.
Yeah, 13 total, and...
1d8 for damage.
Sorry, I was rolling the second hit, which misses.
'Kay.
It's a critical fumble.
Okay.
Damage, 1d8 plus 2. D8 looks like this. So that's 8 force damage.
8 damage. Back.
It would have been better if he was floating.
As Pangolin and like shoots off its gun. I was trying to make the sound of the like.
I know. It just it sounded like somebody like when they were drowning and then like you pump their stomach enough and like.
As Lolly is attacking at the exact same time, Pangolin has to like try to shoot, and it just shoots wide, trying to miss. So it is now that ooze's turn. It is definitely going to lash out at the closest thing to it, which is Lolly. What's your armor class?
16.
Muted.
Oh. 16.
As you start like dancing around it, it's this thing where it's like it just has to move so much of its mass to hit any of you. It doesn't seem like it's doing much good. However, as it fails at that, it scoots forward, placing itself within your square. So even though it's not able to like actually strike you, it starts to put itself around you, and you start to feel this like sort of corrosive texture to it. Okay. Well, you take 2 points of acid damage.
I definitely was expecting that to be worse.
Back to the top with Philip.
Man, okay. We gotta burn stuff fast. I'm gonna swing the moonbeam around and place it directly on top of the ooze I've been hitting, because that one currently doesn't have one of my friends in it. And then I'm just gonna take 2 attacks on it.
Very well.
Okay, yeah, those are both gonna hit. That's a 25 and a 20.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. On both of these, I'm going to burn a 2nd level spell slot to do
To do smites.
2 divine smites at 2nd level.
Okay.
So, first one. It's 12 base damage, and then 15 radiant damage. It's 27 altogether on the first hit.
27 on the first.
And the second one is only 6 on the regular weapon attack,
Mm-hmm.
and then 13 radiant damage from the smite.
So 13 and you said 7 for regular weapon?
Yeah, I rolled a 6.
6.
Yeah,
So
except for one.
19 damage altogether.
Yeah. It's not a bad round.
As you see Philip sort of switch around, bring down the bludgeoning side of his war pick on the one in between you and him, Liam. You see its whole form shudder and break apart in terms of like this like radiant energy. It hasn't split necessarily, but it definitely it's spraying itself like this ichor all over the ceiling and across this little walkway you guys are on. And as soon as you see that ichor hit the water, it just sort of dissolves. After Philip, it is its turn.
And now it's starting in the moonbeam.
Correct. So it just takes the damage, right? Or does it still
It
have
still has to make a save to resist it.
And it's a con? Or,
Con 16.
It just passes.
12.
See, that's why I thought I could do it.
15. Cut that in half. 7 or 8, depending on if you want to round up or down.
Not down.
Okay.
7.
Okay. It's definitely it's more. Whereas before its form was holding solid even through the ooze, it's definitely like breaking apart. It's hard to keep itself sort of upright in form. Nameless. Oh, sorry. It's turn
the keep's
still.
turn, yeah.
It just hasn't actually been able to do it. It kind of takes a moment and does this sort of like spin, and it is going to be striking both Pangolin, Liam, and Philip. All the things that are actually directly next to it, with its sort of like lashing out and trying to like do anything at you.
Is this a saving throw or it's armor class?
No, it's an attack.
Sorry, that was cocked.
Okay, that's a 22. Use shield.
You're throwing up shield.
Shield.
I've got 20, unless having the life shield up is worth anything.
No,
Okay.
that's just a barrier. And using your turn to attack means you kind of
Sure.
stationed its sideline.
Sure. Oh, I should have. Too late.
Okay. So, let's see. Here it is. Where's my okay. So, those who got hit, which are Pangolin and Philip, I believe, because you used your shield, right?
Yeah.
You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage and
6 points of acid damage.
as it sort of. Is your armor magical?
No. My armor's plain.
Okay.
Oh no. It's gonna lower my AC.
How much damage was it? 5 and 6?
Yeah, 5 bludgeoning damage, 6 acid damage. So part of your armor dissolves as it takes a permanent -1 penalty to the AC.
Okay.
That's not ideal.
And
Oh, I'm an idiot.
what?
No, I used my reaction. Wait, can he use his reaction as well? I should have used
He doesn't have
deflect
it.
attack.
Yeah, I was gonna say he doesn't have. Yeah, he uses your reaction.
Right. Okay, so it would have been disadvantage on just one of us, so one of us
Right.
wouldn't have gotten hit it still. So
This damage, I'll tell you now, can be repaired. It's just, it's
It's
definitely, yeah. And the same thing with Steel Defender. He does take a -1 to his AC. He's
Okay.
well, I mean, because does it say his armor is natural, or does it, doesn't say?
let's take a look.
Just real quick. After this, it is
Natural
nameless
armor.
Lava.
Yeah.
Okay, then it's weird. It's still corrosive. It can eat through it, so it does take a -1 AC. It's a weird circumstance, but it does happen. Nameless Lava.
I forgot to inform you that the Dolphins, their initiative is 16.
Okay.
I have an idea if it's cool if I go. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I'm going to cast Thorn Whip at the one dude in the back.
Mhm.
16 plus 8 is 24.
Definitely hits.
Okay, so it takes 2d6 damage.
Okay.
So it takes 6 damage. However, if it's large, which you said it was, it pulls the creature 10 feet towards me, so I imagine it would come into the water.
Yes.
There is a 5-foot drop at least.
Yeah. Well,
It's gonna fall on me,
yeah,
I'm
it's
aware,
gonna fall
but-
on you and the dolphin next to you.
Which is why when the dolphins on their turn, they're gonna come save me.
As it, but it has to it has to fail a save on that, right? To be able to have that.
No, it says if it's hit, it pulls 10 feet towards me.
Okay.
Lit.
So, Lolly, do you want to make a strength saving throw for me?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind going in the water if that's what ends up happening.
You can literally walk on it.
Oh, that's true. Strength you said?
Yes.
And you said saving throw?
Yes.
13.
Okay. I'd say that's maybe just enough to bypass being like dragged along with it, but just barely, as it lands on the two of you.
Cool.
Go ahead and I don't know. It's just landing straight on you, so.
The dolphin can hold its breath if that counts for anything.
All right. Both of you take 4 points of basically light falling damage and 5 points of acid damage as the form drops on top of you.
So 9 total, you said?
Yeah.
Can't do math. Yeah, okay.
And it ends its
extra.
turn. It's it's pulling it in there, and as it hits the water, it's going to be taking damage on its turn. Set Lolly, your turn. Or no, you. Yeah.
She
your
shows
turn.
his initiative and she hasn't gone yet, so
Yeah.
Can I try to hit the one in the water without hitting
You can
Nameless or the
attempt.
dolphin?
It's they're currently in the same space, so I would say the attack could be made at disadvantage, but like you could certainly try.
No, I don't want to hit her. But I also would have to be on top of the slimy thing. Or, I guess, can I... No, because you can't move through enemy squares. Can I just hold
You can hold
my
traction.
action until something's more clear?
Yes, it's a little vague, but shoot.
I mean, I guess so, like, one of my allies move out of the way, because technically if I do anything, I'm hitting everyone.
Sure.
So I will just hold my action until the enemy is, like, right in front of me.
Okay.
Or in range.
Insight, like when you actually have appropriate amount of sight.
Yeah.
Chels, it is now the dolphin's action.
Cool. I'm going to have... 3's gonna try and swim away, but,
Okay.
I guess, ideally, if I could have 1 or 2 try and, like, help me get out, that'd be great, but I don't know if they can.
Are you trying to just move straight back or, like, at an angle?
Towards 1. I'd like to move, like,
Gotcha.
backwards away,
Yeah.
so that we're not going towards the turbine thing.
Yeah. You can go about right there.
Cool. And then I just want, I don't know if they can do this, but, like, 2, 4, 6, and 5. I would just like if they could try and, like, splash the dude. I don't know if it would do anything, but...
It's certainly an attempt. I mean,
Yeah.
how about you just give me a general attack roll for
Okay.
them to see if they can muster up enough water to push up the 5 feet there.
Was that like a melee weapon?
Yeah, I'd say so. They're
Essentially?
right next to
Okay.
it, so like it would be a melee attack.
Okay. 9. They're struggling.
They're as they try to work up the water. It's hard to really push it up and above, mainly because a lot of the churning is pulling the water away from right here, or it's just kind of putting it in waves. So it's a little tough, but it seems like it barely gets pushed around, and it actually kind of ends up more splashing Liam and Philip more than anything. But next up after that is Liam. As Philip, you don't have to. I'm just
What was I?
the
Oh, 'cause
water.
it's water.
'Cause, yeah, that's
He doesn't really like water. He likes being in it.
yeah. So Liam, it is your turn.
I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm gonna try levitate on this guy, the one that's still in front of us.
Sure.
And then I'm going to, yeah. So, if you want to roll for the thing,
14.
yeah, he's up.
He's up.
He's up. Then I'm trying to look up rules for this, but D&D Beyond's not really loading the way I would like it to. By that I mean any of my spells past level 2. It's just a blank white screen. He's floating in the air. I can use an action to move him, but I don't have an action left. So I was wondering, like, if like I could have
Sometimes
Pangolin throw him or like push him, because it says you can move by pushing yourself off of walls. So I'm not really sure how that functions.
Yeah, you could use. I would say you could use your bonus action to have Pangolin like try to move him as if it
Okay.
was a wall.
All right. Yeah, we'll try it. You know, why not?
So yeah, give me like a strength check from Pangolin so that he can just like push this to the side.
All right. D&D Beyond is being extra sus. I saw a vent right in front of me.
God.
Literally, it's not loading. Like, I can't even tell
All
it
right.
that I cast a spell.
Give me a second.
Um,
I think his strength is like at least +1. I can't remember
Yeah.
entirely, but it's.
do you wanna roll a d20 for me? Because it won't let me do that either. And
Yeah. So that's a 14. So I will say it's like just it's able to in that turn. It's still up high. It's still up 1, right?
yeah.
Come on, get off there. But it is about right here. He's able to like, and it's just hanging and dangling as its sort of amorphous form is circulating and percolating.
Ayama and that spell.
Okay.
So he falls.
I will say at the start of his turn, he falls into the water. So it is the other whose turn, and it starts in the water, so it takes additional. Okay. Sorry. All right. As you see, a huge portion of it just like rip in half and fall into the water and just dissolve. It spends the rest of its turn climbing back up because that's all it has the capability of doing right now. And it kind
I
of
have a question,
moves
though.
This way. Mm-hmm.
Since I held my action until it was free of my allies, when she moved away, did that give... Did
Yeah.
I, like...
Yeah.
Does that
you
mean I
do
can
it.
attack it now?
Yeah.
Okay, so while it's trying to climb up, I'm gonna Radiant Sunbolt it twice.
Okie doke.
For a 13
Hit.
and a 25.
Hit.
10, 20 points of damage.
Nice. You're not able to stop it from climbing up, but it does take a good few chunks more off of it as it slithers back up to the top. Back to Philip.
I'm
Your
gonna
moonbeam
move
is
the
currently right
yeah.
here.
I'm gonna move the moonbeam over to the one that just climbed back up. That seems like the more immediate.
And so it doesn't do anything until the start of its turn?
Yeah, doesn't do anything until the start of its turn.
Okay.
Uh,
That was your bonus, right?
yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that she can do at this point. That's. I think it's basically. Yeah, I'm gonna move. I'll move up to it and take 2 attacks. No reason not to.
Okay.
Yeah.
20.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do it.
2 15s. Plus my 8.
Definitely
Yeah,
hits.
those both hit. I'm not gonna smite on these ones because I think getting close. It's a 1 and a 2. So that's 6 and 7 damage respectively.
Okay.
Uh oh. He's grabbing the book.
You're killed by a book.
A book falls from the ceiling. It's roughly the size of your body.
Okay. Take 7 points of acid damage as you hit it.
Man.
Having to get up this close.
Okay.
And no, your weapon's magical, so you're fine.
Oh, I see.
After that, it is this ooze's turn, which it is now just dropped into the water. It is going to spend whatever amount of time it can to crawl back up to here. But it does take.
I do wonder how much it does.
As it drops into the water, you see it try to make its way back to the corner, and as it just barely starts to reach up, it just totally dissipates and is eradicated.
Nice.
After that, it is Nameless Itlal.
It's right there, so I guess I will try to hit it I'll do 2 unarmed strikes.
Okay.
For a 15. And that's cocked. And a 25.
Both hit.
7. 14 points of damage.
As you strike into it, you do take 3 points of acid damage.
I am going to climb onto the back of dolphin number 3.
All right.
And I'm going to. Am I counting that correctly? Am I 30 feet away from the cube? Or no? Because if not, then I'll just.
You're
over it.
5, 10,
It's
15, 20.
Okay, cool. I didn't count it right. I'm gonna do a thorn whip again.
From this distance, or do you have to move in? Is that what you're trying to say?
It's 30 feet away.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So yeah, you can do it from this
Yeah.
distance. I'll say it's a bonus action to get on the back of the dolphin.
I was using my movement. Yeah. I don't even.
Actually,
know
technically, you're
plus
right.
this.
It would be half your movement to just get on the back of the dolphin.
27.
Hit.
Jesus.
And do the damage
6.
and pull into the water.
So it takes 10 points of damage and it's pulled into the water.
I'll call it. I could.
It's just at this point, it's just a mercy
Well,
kill.
no, it has 1 HP, so waiting until its turn to actually do the extra damage is just like, alright.
And I had a plan where I would go up to the edge of the bridge and hold my action, and then use my hammer that can send a creature 10 feet away for when it came up to me within 5 feet.
Which is good. Would have been it would have been nice.
That's how I would have gotten him back in the water. The other guy, if he hadn't died.
As you like whip it and pull it down, you kind of are able to somehow, with the magic that the thorn whip attaches with, it sort of like isn't able to dissipate as much as like the entangle. For whatever reason, it had. I can tell you later. It just like you pull it down, and it easily dissolves in the water. Your other dolphin, they're like, fucking sweet ass water you got here, bro. It's like super clean.
We're gonna do a dance show. All the water rockets. We're just gonna keep jumping over the bridge.
Okay, you guys start to investigate this area. You just hear.
Conjure trained show
I'm
dolphins.
still riding 3. But in all honesty, I'll go back over to the bridge if combat is done.
Yeah, you make your way over.
Good murder, Timo.
Currently, you don't sense any extra danger.
Yeah, we didn't get hurt that bad either. Good thing there can't be anything worse here.
I rewrap my hands because they hurt while we go investigate.
You guys do know that you guys are starting to get to the end of your sort of filter, like your air filters.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing we have second filters.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk.
Indicating.
I'm gonna walk further onto the platform to get to go investigate more.
Yeah.
Would a mending
Which was-
spell fix Philip's armor?
Yes.
I do that.
I'll allow it.
I was not expecting you to let that go. All right. Get rid of that -1.
So
Can
where
I
are you
look?
going?
I want to go look down into the grate. Not literally go inside it, but I would like to peek my little head over and say,
Mhm.
"Hello, what's in there?"
You currently have consoles also at this corner, at this corner, and at this corner.
Yeah,
Well,
I
we'll check
wanted to
out
start.
those.
I wanted to start with the grate.
Okay. Which
Consoles
one?
mean nothing
Maybe
to
this
me.
one. This one
Talking
first.
like, yeah. You're talking like PS5 or like N64? How?
Why did you jump from like complete top of the line hasn't been released yet, and then the Nintendo 64?
Modern technology or ancient technology? Come on,
Oh,
dude.
So, Lolly, go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Yeah, that would be a 9. She
It
saw
definitely
nothing.
seems like there's grime and dirt all over these things, but there's nothing distinct for you.
Cool. Then I'll go check out the console and look. There. Yeah.
Nameless, did you?
I was also gonna join her with the grape, but it kind of already passed. So
Go
I
ahead and
guess
roll
I
me an
will go
investigation.
investigate the grape by myself.
I can call it that you were there. Sorry about that.
20.
So, Lolly, as you're sitting there not really sure how to distinguish
Pretty
Nameless...
sure it's a water.
Nameless, looking down in the grate, it, on one side of it, this side, I'll say, right? On that side, you see a ladder, a sort of steel ladder below the grate that kind of continues down. Looking down into it, you kind of it darkens out after a certain point. You can't really tell what's down there, but you do see like smaller lights as it keeps going down, kind of slightly glowing, indicating the actual hole itself. But around the sides of the grate and the grate itself, you notice a lot of corrosion, a lot of that trail, that slime trail hitting this as well. And as it hits the metal grate, you can tell that like there's a lot more of this area that has seen a lot more traffic. And by the nature of where it seems to be positioned, it looks like it's headed down. Liam,
I relay that information.
Liam, the console you're looking at currently just seems to look like it's talking about the regulations of the devices, these big giant turbines. These both have an exit door right here that seem to lead into. There's no like window or anything. It just seems like an extra space, but they seem to just regulate the turbines themselves, and kind of like the energy readings you're seeing from it is very clearly that like this is it's a water filtration system. It definitely is taking this sewage water, turning it into clean water, and then pumping it back out. It also seems like it's way above level currently. Like there's more water in here than usual. You're kind of noting that like the water being about 5 feet below is like beyond what should be normal capacity for this kind of machine.
Okay.
The
Some
instruments
seems
don't
to have
seem
put it into overdrive.
doesn't seem like they are like it definitely seems like it's taxing the system, but it doesn't seem like it's breaking the system.
Right.
I need a bunch of extra water for some reason.
Well, they're just playing with power sources they shouldn't be, and it cranked up the speed.
Can I swing the moonbeam over and shine it down the grate?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
You put the moonbeam over the grate.
Does anything happen?
There's a moonbeam in a grate.
Just keep moving it down the shaft.
It's 10 feet, right?
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
I imagine just like a 10 foot by 10 foot spherical moon that's shooting him straight down, and that's how you do it, which I'm sure is
Because
not it, but that's what I picture.
I like it. I think that's,
So you're like-
that's perfect.
It just summons an actual moon.
You push
Yeah.
it down, and it doesn't. I don't entirely know what you're waiting for.
Seeing if maybe there's something down there that needs to be hit by a moonbeam.
Needs to
How
kill
far
him.
does the moonbeam go?
It's like a 60-foot tall cylinder, so I'm just like.
How long does it last?
I think a minute.
Okay.
Uh,
I'll give you like
yeah, up to a minute.
6 rounds of it because the nature of all of this. But as you push the moonbeam down,
Nothing.
nothing, and then you just, after the minute, you feel it.
Okay. Well, I got my money's worth at least.
And
Yeah, go ahead.
okay, I wasn't sure. I'm sorry, I wasn't sure if I was muted, if I muted myself or not.
Okay.
And all the consoles say the same thing that the one that Liam checked out said.
Yeah. They're all kind of different instruments for the same idea. They're all kind of measuring different parts of it, but that's the culmination of the idea.
Huh.
I'm not entirely excited about what I'm about to say, but I think we have to go down the grate.
Yeah, I don't love that, but seems correct. Seems right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same, bud.
Can I vibe as far as signals go? Is it just like a mess of the energy of the signature we were getting from those things down that grate?
You're getting you're getting the similar faint signs through the hole, through the grate.
Yeah, it definitely feels like they were using this. There might be more.
I mean, the slime is literally going down it.
Yeah.
So, I would like to go down and finish this.
Is
Yeah.
is there a safe way down?
There's a ladder.
There's a ladder.
There's a ladder.
Okay. Is it slimy?
Probably.
I mean, if the slime goes down it, then yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think a slime needs a ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I try to peel the grate off. Is it like bolted down or?
As you with your pickaxe, again, there's corrosive outlinings of the grate, and there's inner sparks, and so as you hit it, it kind of slightly breaks apart as you lift it up and pull it to the side.
Okay. I'm kidding.
Okay.
I go to my dolphins and I wish them well. And then
and you release them
Right.
from their prison.
yeah.
I like that you basically.
But not before they all do it like a.
Yeah,
And then
they do
they
a
go.
beautiful.
So long, and thanks for
Yeah.
all the fish. No?
I like that they're apparently all,
Every
trained
single
show
one that
dolphins.
that jumps out of the water, it just zoom, does the magic disappear. Individual sort of but they all have their little flair at the end.
The Free Willy style.
Yeah, that's the last one. You run under the last one. Ah!
Like the Von Trapp children go up the
Yeah.
stairs.
Yeah. You mean the
Cobalt?
Kobold children?
Oh, the Cobalt children. That's right.
Yeah. The Von Bold children.
Von trapped in a mansion. Children.
Again, it is steel rung, and so there's a steel rung ladder.
Does it look uncorroded?
No.
I slow fall. I'm kidding. I would die.
Liam, just mend every rung on the way down.
It takes a minute.
We can go
How
down
far
it like a
down
fireman.
does it
60
Slow.
seconds. 60 seconds.
It looks fairly distant. Potentially.
We could tie a rope and do that for security. If we don't trust the ladder entirely.
Do we have enough rope for that?
I have 50 feet.
I have 50 feet.
Generally speaking,
Can
yeah,
I
a lot of
throw-
adventurers have like 50.
I feel like I've used it when I was bringing up and down Panther. I don't know if I actually grabbed it back, so I wasn't sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Any rudimentary item like that, I definitely don't try to keep it away from you guys.
Oh, okay.
Well, you never said you picked up your bedroll after camping that one night, so nothing to sleep on.
It's a good thing to ask.
I throw-
Like, it's just, yeah, I wouldn't want to trap you.
Can I throw a fireball, or not a fireball? Can I throw a produce flame ball out there, down the thing, see how far it goes?
I'm gonna fashion a rangefinder out of a squirrel, some tape, and a rangefinder.
I did not expect
You throw a fireball. You throw like a produce flame down there. It goes its maximum distance and dissipates. It doesn't hit anything. It definitely seems like it's gonna go farther than like 100 feet, 120 feet. Is about the distance that you can see.
That's terrifying.
That's so nice of you, because it only goes 30 feet.
That's absolutely terrifying. How far
Wait,
out
are
are
there-
your hammers?
Is there any other like
Huh?
exit door that we're missing? Can I do a
You
perception
have-
check?
You have a pathway in front of you. You have the side doors on the side. That's everything in this room.
Is there
So
any?
there's no exit sign. Okay.
Are there any trails leading any direction other than down this grate?
No.
Okay. Yeah. We have to do this.
Yeah.
Seems like any of the trails are coming towards this. By the nature of whatever trails are coming from over here or from over there are all leading into this hole.
We tie
Okay.
all of our ropes together and go for it.
Yeah, I was trying to find a way
Yeah.
to cheat this, but I really don't have anything.
I mean, I could become a spider again and crawl down,
That is true.
but I would be all by my lonesome.
The four of us and Penguin, never mind. Yeah, couldn't happen. I was gonna say I could burn another levitate, but I can only lift 500 pounds.
What are you saying about me? Yeah, let's, I mean, Set Lolly is the most likely to survive just because she's got good dexterity and slow fall if something goes wrong. She can also run up vertical surfaces if she needs to.
I'm so
If
sorry.
I fall,
I have to go get the girl. She's here.
No, I was just gonna. I was actually about to call it. So
Okay.
I'll just do it pretty quick. As you guys are deciding how you want to enter this grade, we will call it here, and we will see you next week for another round of the Natural Ones. Bye.
Woohoo!
Who's got that?
Bye.